Eti obia
de kasa je $50,000 a month and na kiti
$50,000 every month.
Oh busumi bia okashi.
I don't know Ghana scheme saying.
Oh bo ya pipi. Oti ase it is a anka ye fa good coach na ye anke e be o fa top not coach bi ti say bia to share num say dey ye kan France coach it say Didier Deschamps num na otu o sa aka na fa assistant coaches 1 or 2 anka ye okay but in the day on the day be kan say bia ye ni sky be to coach sky.
You also aware say there's no way say to share more from do come and take $50,000
but so ba na otu anika be bia $80,000 or $100,000 no ye adwuma na mawa anka ye okay na nipa ye bo mu di nipa 20 ye na make say ye mo bia kra $5,000 yi coach ni di afi mu na odi ka ho 5 times 20 ni ye say but you say what ye di American say enti anka in the month no na odi wa fa coach papa obetua ne ka be $80,000 or $100,000 obetumi perform good e di amawa ke ye better me ade we dey me hu ni say because this one say we craft say be I said they akotokwa na woman you eti e na omo technical team be 20 wo ho no ma and kenye bad because who call Liverpool any other teams na omo fa throwing coaches na dey ade kra ye fa coach o kire say dia ye throw ball e betumi a share ye fa coach o tumi kire say dia ye ball free kick na dey ade
when I say to wado dey abrochire bagana
yeah
so it's not as if say I idea anyhow. It's not as if say he's doing
when we are talking about national sika say no man you na ye can enye England for na man you sika enye England o man na man you sika oti ase e team ni modern ball unya sa sika ndi tuatua sa encrofonica but when na ye can say o man ye sika ye say no and on any day these people mo ho nyina no se ba se ye call US ni na won ye de omo ko first class o enye economy na ye de omo tran iti the money involved no nana enye sika kitwa.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Mini amutinka din the Eric Bates Sir General 1 na hotedin Meko Fred Anum ho Sports Dynamo na ono so ache na dwene ye discuss Black Stars technical team 20 you do moko eno no ye minus players na
minus players no
minus government officials
minus FA officials
minus FA officials into be say President Mahama or research say make keep peace can you be say success can nyina na say dey akoma blasters
but anyway she na the nipa be 200 na
say minia Sports Dynamo we will come back for the last round. I don't know we assess the capacity of the Black Stars whether or not say me die na me so see do semi-finals no e betimi abamu ma me nko no Fred Sports Dynamo
Nana Otu mama na wase na menche tiefo ne ahwefo a wonde we fidie ato Accra 100.5 FM na nana machia owa samujemfi CEO Gold Board obo edwuma fa yes obo edwuma nyame shan be bi obi a owa Samson Dean also doing a wonderful job for Ghana Paralympics and Africa at large, the savior of para athletes ewo Ghana ha. Nana Otu I'll give the Ghana Football Association the benefit of the doubt. We know Makabebre spot on. I think say they've made fantastic points. I would start from the angle say share Africa ha so far 9 nations either are qualify for the 2026 World Cup. DR Congo, which is the Democratic Republic of Congo, ekwakobo playoff. Omutimi se litwa. Omaba kana ina ho amana then 10 edu na yahwe say Africa betima then at the bobre 2026 World Cup na. Share the only African nation so far, which is the Atlas Lions of Morocco, 2022 World Cup. Omo that record of going all the way to the semi-final of the tournament, headed by Walid Regragui as their head coach. Ocean assistant 1 Rashid Ben Mahmoud, second assistant Abdul Bu Hazama, goalkeeping coach Omar Hayak, and a youth scout Mohammed Wabi. These were the core technical members. On the ESI exploits. Let me make us remember the FA the benefit of the doubt. Sure, you were na Black Queens coach before second last work again at the fair Jumano. Not Nora Hoptel and another head coach.
I mean, I'm not Bojuma.
Yes, no Bojuma. And no man the Copper Queens of Zambia. Ebon Siketua on the fan free her at the Koisia. Nora Hoptel now make on the head coach of the Copper Queens of Zambia. I foresee said that's one of the reasons why, and he's also doing a good job, which is Kim Lasboke Green. Yet in a technical team no. One said Black Queens, share women football in Ghana, and so my boy, a friend is saying, Ketokwe Basso, make us women football so far in the past 2-3 years. Women football, Koso. I know at the passage of the being a coach of Black Queens, now, Obi, and I say, mention for Obi about the Tribunal, so that is one of the reasons why Kim Lasberg has been assigned as part of the technical team. Now, I'll move away from that. That's one of the, or the benefit of the doubt. I made the Bema FA,
Okay.
But when we juxtapose the African teams who has also qualified, some of them qualified for the 2022, the likes of the Atlas Lions of Morocco, almost all qualify for the 2026 World Cup.
Okay.
Now, Wale Dragrabudi, Puppet Yao, a full force record with 2024. On the winning the African Nations Championship with Senegal, and on one sooner they just ended Africa Cup of Nations, or say they a winning.
No, five.
Yeah. So he's a full force record with only Medjuma Yasha MS5 appointed in 2024 for the Elephant of La Côte d'Ivoire. 2024 Africa Cup, na Elephant of La Côte d'Ivoire, neman koye host and win, na aye bleak. The nearby. Obey host and win more. MS5 won the AFCON for what? For La Côte d'Ivoire. And all these teams are going to the World Cup. Yesha Sami Traoré for the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. Sami Traoré also won the 2011 African Nations Championship. He coached more than a decade in the Qatar Premier League. Hugo Bruce, the Bafana of South Africa, your head coach. Okay, Hugo Bruce so 2017 he won the AFCON with the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon, 3 times Belgian Premier League champions. Friends with the Belgian Premier League, watching it 3 times. So you share a man Ebibem almost qualified World Cup now. Also, you talk about competency. I believe that the competency of Otado is in question. I don't think technical team members in Echo. You cannot take a coach like Hugo Bruce and tell him that we are supporting you, or we need to add some backroom staff to your technical. He will not agree.
It's in the crack saying.
The crack said I know too. For me, taxpayers' money is a hand. You share what we bought the list. So from head coach, assistant coaches Bebrebe, Ravera Nede, or former assistant coach for AS Monaco. I don't doubt their credentials, but why will John Pencil be an assistant coach? Desmond Ofe be an assistant coach? No one sang of Kim Lasberg Green. And then a friend is saying, Ravera, do away with some people and
that's a work of former grandpa. Bakubina na was say performance. Fashion back on side. Now no video no so. And they are specially trained at video. No,
video analyst. Ravera is also a video analyst. You see, Anna Meka say, when you give the opportunity, and I say, when there are too many hands doing, a job meant for few people, a chaos. We talk about the likes of Antoine Semenyo, Kudus, Thomas Partey. You see, the reason why Manchester United are flourishing and pandemic when Michael Carrick was being asked to take interim, affairs of Manchester United. There were suggestions. When Rooney honor, young fan anchor na what? Also no.
Okay.
Young fa Gary Nevon can no. Young kofa a certain Rangit no.
Not the
he gave room for people who will do a specific job.
Okay.
Also about football now. I say and I'm don't send but football na there and I'm don't send because these players they want to be focused. And yes sir, Otado can't wait. Desmond Ofe can't wait. Ravera so can't wait. Now ama that chaos there will be an activity. No too. If you ask me, they should shorten the assistant coaches.
Yeah, but my main fans is so let me give the last privilege to the head of sports. 1 minute. Now wrap it up. Your special guest, are you ready? Director of elections.
Mahdi Haji.
Mohammed Jibril, fantastic.
Mahdi Jibril, a fantastic man.
Nana Oban so no, Mahdi dear. Ni aban be kanu diso. So say we kwada yenhye Wednesday. Sports for no so munti. Ba ye dey be say. Yes Wednesday be yenhye fugu. And to share director of elections and leadership example. The
fugu challenge na kaso man pini biemu.
Just na dey na boarding.
I am Mahdi dey ne boarding. But also dey na lie wo.
And we nipa o.
Ana make kai.
Mahdi.
A solid man. Adana me ne Kimbelo e wo dan ho na wo hwe nkomo ne ye di and he said you see toto near my fire. Oh yeah, I don't know what you money papa or solid. Oh, I don't want to the car in the front. Oh, the car is a heavy power, but to the front, not permanent Kimbello when he Ginano. Now, chairman was there. I sent him was in the crack and say, oh, heavy, heavy, Mardi Jibril. Juman is also betting me a bob, or betting me a bob.
Technically, most of the underground job,
yes,
and yes, I won't say any part of your time.
We're inclined.
Yeah. A Juma ma dia ye technically.
Sure.
I don't know inform set from a Juma.
See next year.
Juma.
See next year.
Madi is a more practical guy.
Exactly.
Now on the Kasabi Bree.
Exactly.
Madi the NC Juma no form. And he will deliver. He will give you the results.
Party new always a leaders or more party anymore. They just don't appoint Ubia Keke. Nti omuni wa ye Jumani bi or tried and tested. Nti na na to nti mi say Jumani there I will bet me Madi Mohammed Jibril. Or heavy solid router. Jumani obeti me ya kasa. The day I met your appointment, you know, I was very happy because now Martin say more haka cry.
I say settings.
Okay. To said the American, medical akase, me begrudge the number of nkofo edi aircon provided say when ebetimi aboa e magana yehu but kakra ka me pay free air fee ho say no you say Black Stars and Ghana for dia. Of course, Ghana you to say a football nation result oriented. Yet the partner say Ghana you World Cup ya kwakoshe. And at least there should be a communique. Ebechi match Ghana for so Ghana for it's say you call World Cup in 2006. You call second round. Now you call 2010 do quarter finals na fe. You other two World Cups you call 2014 2022 na nko ye ni tino. Steps are FNA taking here. Giri say emwa say and pepenso say ebetimi de Ghana akwa den. Akwa do ebia ye ko wini, ebia ye ko semis, ebia quarter finals, ebia round of 16 by this year cover with these people on board, you know, a bit more on mine 80 age so now and Americano, how much are we spending on them? Because we have said Black Stars ebo match bakubia. Yes, ebo match bakubia na. Budget in the coin is over 1.2 million Ghana cedis.
One match.
Yes, one match.
In this Mohammed
yes, one match into Honorable Kofi Adams, so Monabaso or slash budget to $841,000 Ghana cedis.
Oh, okay.
I recommend to me. So said the Omudi Bay in your best slash. So it was a Black Stars a match back home. Now so mine spending 841,000 cedis a yesika. And you see to me say now there should be value for money. Obi am begrudging coffee di omokono, but there should be value for money. Magana for so ya den. Yati ase. Kakra mi bu say proper consultation e ko so. Omani empenifo e de hu nkomo ansa na ye je e de atomu. Ministry of Youth and Sports one aware and I mean say obe so these questions message so betimi ebisom. Yes.
Measure da good time.
Yeah.
Measure da good time.
Yes.
Yanya ben. Thursday and Friday mu. You measure da good time.
Yes.
Na yanya be 1.5 hours
yes.
or 2 hours
yes.
discussion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Me da say mobile. Thank you.
Nana, Miss Medasi big.
Crown the Black of our head of sports. Accra FM Eric Bates Sir General 1 Mutineka Fred Anum Sports Dynamo and so Ebeka Yensa your boss are you ready? Of course head of elections NDC say me contest here of course I'll fall under this great man until I say me relax kakra no ma yenke homra ye ba ye discussion net waso stay on. Yeah, the World Cup, you know, about Ghana. Ma Yenshia Nasi for this beautiful song. I mean, we went to the semi-finals, and I'm sure say Ghana Blasters will do semi-finals. We really me but it shall come to pass. But enough of sports. Let's change the temperature now. Let's zoom into the arena of politics. The director of elections, Emma, the great National Democratic Congress, a man who has paid his dues so well, fundamentally so well, that your man position unya aku ponwaka say na the internet your mass papa position because then unya position you cry and for friend director that so it's just a name change. And I say ukra Madi Mohammed Gabriel in the director of elections or boy Juma Bibre. Now my friend I grown him. He's a practical oriented person. Gasa Bibre on the Juma no form. He's a grassroots man. Enti obi se wudi no dance ya I mean enya ya ne be din komo largely afa ayawaso east and komo bon ho say ebi mususu say I mean clearance na e bae no ne kwanso ano no and you also have another group of people who believe say, oh, there be SNKB, you disqualify candidates, you know, they assign to a ban for fraud. But on no idea, or better, Mira, may I more acquire the citizen shows near more house. Yeah, that's it. I mean, Wednesday for Gono, so a quay.
Yeah,
Welcome.
Industry, no.
Yeah,
it grows here.
Now, straight to Ayawa. So, I mean, senior elections, I mean, were you satisfied in the first place from where you think you sit as director of elections? Was this kind of an election not offering say ubitimi organizing?
No, to I'm we listeners in Ray. Intia party for across the country, over 40,000 branches, both existing and new ones. I create here. Yama when I say Omama di 18. Asum part almost a party in this maybe I could do no. But say means soon party maybe in terms of joining the party to work for the very active member of the party. There be books now. Branch bia obeko bia no. Oma she bra which ma ko control with you. Let's hear all those guys. Any constituency executive regional now. Issue Jumano so I be caught to 1 month, 1.5 months.
Honorable, may I encourage Chief Francis here about Facebook? We're having some technical challenge, but the same back to Facebook, so they can join us. Yeah.
Okay. Otu, yeah, primaries, you know, you started from the process of open nomination. Yema obia kwenya say the opposition be contest I was East NDC so be lead party no e be kwenya ma obia ama on for nomination forms. We didn't prevent anybody from it. Yankase we dey time we amanfo and am file nomination. Out of the moment file nomination by the close of the day no e to ono. Any pansia and it be file nomination forms. But you go you actually are submit forms no. Enum and medium forms by ye. And look up on say yes, any obi akase jaye. Obi onankasa na one fiale forms no. Ama party ni J5 no. Eba vetting. Ama inuba numu no amofa forms ni na no. Ya ma obi akwenya betie tira vetting ase. Ama ye vetting no e clear no. Based on say party ni mra no a odidi so the constitution no.
That's right.
Because so. E ma mo campaign. Even during the campaign, make I say, nyama your so in the grounds. But in all these processes, you know, candidate be unsure my party say process now more, you know, you need nobody. A young party nankasa na yet true. I also observe the issues, you know, and also okay, then because we do it, we have to engage them finally. About the venue issue, you know, but now say I'm obia energy sena you say run elections. Nti me to was say be election day no. And he said these elections yamma obi among for betina grounds no. As usual what you do. Say the kind be see na we say we what to nsu aba we picture to so among for free baby back up omo free consensus omo kan wa omo ye intensity dey be elections we yisi and take control. Police and take control. Until you feel as a delegate to Bapea. Odian say, Uba gate now.
Yes.
Near check was a delegate and power delegate. O copy the ballot paper check with you more. Now, I'm mobile what to Aba. With you, Obiantinaho. So, process way. It is started from 9 a.m. on Saturday up to 4 p.m. Yet it was said to Aba. It be you know. Almost elections, you know, by in a sense, I'm Rama come say, almost elections, electoral commission, no, by Abaso. Babaso, because one, Yanti, Bentima, me, Tim, who was him ever. Nobody, because BRT process now say. Here so agent for all the aspirants.
Okay.
In Nigeria to mo, shake almost say, this one a competition in a year. Anyway, in the electoral process now. They right from day one, I started nomination up to the end of the process. I declare results, you know. Result elections, you know, is one of the best you organize the elections. But these elections are because of that measures needed to one. Yes. Apart from the regional executive, mensana, yamamo, sa accreditation we bring mo.
that's a regional secretary, regional direct organizer, and that of elections party. Oba national so nipa miensa ene mo omo so mabrumu no. Apart from no, ye na ye ka wan yan ko hono. O kwa unya untimi nko. In fact, oba ko say e bibi na esi anokwa bibi nti it makes the elections successful for us. Into the electoral process, make I say, I thank because I also East for great candidates, electoral commissioning police. It's my elections in the
Before I go back to the clearance committee work, part to be watching how are you going to treat issue of vote buying under Ure as the director of elections NDC? We'll be treating the same because then in your initial commentary, what can be say I can maybe I won't say no be the Suaba and the picture tally. You won't be almost don't picture tally. You won't so much see tenta banners at least you say 100 meters to maybe to aba and yes any man we saw it.
Maybe 100 meters in the electoral process.
Okay.
But the confine of the to Abano.
Yes.
One who side the man oh
send a process in
also
inside
be elections to the into you have one more information you say in the grounds there to Aba. Not be in fact pressmen no crap your mamut now in fact I wouldn't need accreditation to me.
Okay. That's good education.
Into any handy I didn't see our bontin the bontin.
Okay. I don't need clue.
In fact I was is nti no come elections no be bia.
That's the way food and yeah.
Na be ne dia wo say wo say de unhu. Unni sa pressure in fact obi ntine mu media men e ko ho no. The colleagues dey ko no ba kire say obi ntire ko betima bisa asem krapo. Unya but apart from the aspirants na omutie mama kwinja mu ntire ha no. Obi engage obi krapo inside. Nti no outside in sema na wo kan dey abonti asem a na wo kan but in terms of the grounds of the elections in here. Never be a very
Etina maybe say into who be treating say ye ko ye nimu yi. I mean go your imagine say okwan bia so no because then we are linking to the food buying pepe say enema enye party ne hihye no say be eno a na ebedi so now under your watch no will you be confronted with some of these things.
But the
measures being pan ye dey go akwan so say ne be ye be say
make I say I think that Ghana or my Ghana, we are lucky to have the NDC government in power.
Okay.
And NDC party leadership also this time.
I didn't.
Yes. In fact, these issues are vote by. You can want them every day. But a period to put this into discussion. Saying that is this time around.
This time out.
This is the first time I hear you say, I just say, are we deceiving ourselves?
Yes.
So I dare can it say. So try test it, get it right. And see leadership, say yes. This issues here can want them whether me and make elections that because my ABO, my ABO, where let's deal with the issue now. Inti also me mounts say the process of elections in the core more inside no. If there were no say if I say be use social media phones they would have no say be a say about it. And that's so you bandu obi a free pound. But as I say enyama we start around 1 o'clock because now imagine you busy you observe then e course no. When he came up say be say echo so the party show leadership. I say and it's a name you can't be a times let's act on something now. In the midst of the issue, in the midst of the elections now, you have to say maybe and before that kind result you know. Now declare about this say way any episode.
That's right.
Way any episode. And you say the ACC no a say a passe a see nya dia ye pese besi.
Okay.
Enti ye bo microphone na air coalitions no kokose. Ye no de we no eni nje ho.
Okay.
Na e be pe kwan a e di be resolve issue no.
Okay, so that brings me to the position of the committee.
Yes.
I stand for correction, but I'm learning, sir, we share reporter, the committee, the Babontia, Omunya, Anka, you disqualified the process. I didn't know if it's true. Because most say committee for a specific reason. Committee na yejuma den report Babontia, I don't know.
Okay. We say because I didn't see at the time I na obia ode uhu.
Yes.
And I see they said the way is here. Yes, a committee. I find it out. Then a koye.
Yes.
And then now recommend the betimi aye. At that time no, you refer me to any law. You refer committee to any law say law wenti kwahwemu based on this parameter that would the equation. You see kwahwemu never advise functional executive no. Now we'll look at it, they will take action on that. Don't forget it. Functional executive and actual letter, general secretary of the party.
Yeah.
And this committee was set. In fact, election news happened Saturday, a year by 4:30 thereabout. By 1 a.m., now a set committee. How much you?
1 a.m.
Then I set committee because I had the letter. No, how much?
Great.
I had a letter how much by 1:32. No, no letter no. Say this is the action now. A committee has set because so take the action. Remember, I didn't say I could change my idea or so. Until the next morning, a committee now started to say, "Hey," and she only a mujuma a business share. I share my favorite. Some of they invited us. Yes, we say, oh, okay. Even national chairman, the national secretary, Omamushe elections national. There were Kobe Ballon, and Ludwig. They all were at the. Then aspirants now contesting now. Almost so a bit now. So almost we are more advice. Almost say, almost here, Crawford. In Yama, Kana amount for a council. It was widespread among all of them. In fact, we didn't hide. In fact, information where the idea. Say like a person and can a person 1.0 here. Then I say, oh, we say, oh, no, say, oh, man,
MPP crank on Becky. I mean, you have done one.
Until say the bill committee say, I dear no, a widespread. Yes. Until Nanka nip Nanka Mupia, Nanka Yamoa, and coming ya, I dear Nanka because Nanka, then you sue and Frencha.
So that was the position of the committee.
Yes, it too. That be a team. Some people are just nanso. A dear, I bet Mamma to me say, Yenchemono, anyway.
It was part of the report.
Yes, that's how the report says.
Okay.
Almost say, Nanka, Nanka say, and I come. But Omoko share Mrana, I'm back come say, based on precedents, based on law, based on way, no. Almost say, they be at this point, obey and I'm the time not so annual because time anyone into time annual one say offer processor say obecho say who say public elections
okay
say kasi elections we and year petition ebemu ya what time I would my petition and so what can say me court on that mran so how obeko court up and down but you go to that point when election was declared. Say elections until it's declared, and so our court also. Until declare the original, they say be a winner and send a court. No, you swear him to go to parliament. For say a parliament, and that's a prayer court. But case in be now say be a case no corner. You winning, no one winning or can pass court to and say in free parliament. So what I say. All these processes, no, measures, no, we any system.
Okay.
So are we going to use electoral commission law? Say, 21 days, petition. So what I say.
Yes.
And now, how do we deal with the issue? A court and a betrayal. Why in a betrayal? Who came on what laws? Because now, when say, money law, and I'm here. Your law party, no say, we are dear, Eddie Bonnie party, no. Ebe tu aso e party ni mo wait away no bibia obeye bia say bi asakura obesakura po a ebe otubi ko sa esebi obi area ebi sa no eye tem didie on that area so your party no ko side you what is a dimboni about party no area ho. So party can caution on that one. And yet, so it's a broad pattern.
Yes.
But a biani said now you deal with it.
But what is your own position? When you are here,
and I can say, I dear Mamma, tell China can say, this is what say Nanka, it was lower, a my sound,
okay.
And you act on this. It's now say Nanka, it was so low to act on this, how you deal with it.
Because honorable, me are much concerned about this because people like you, Kura, and maybe what you know, the enemy it worked against you. I remember when you contested for national organizer, NDC, now a former deputy national organizer, Anna Opushi Apsel contest for national organizer. It was obvious, with no disrespect to any candidate. Say a bedjumanua, Madi in him from. A bedjumanua, Madi in the bit my a bedjumanua, Madi is the person who will be able to deliver us victory. And I was surprised saying you're director of elections near there. But Sebi, that time, no, considering ABA Usika Semontino, Sebi, and that's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. When to men sir, you know. Yan share ya Sebi when you are Pennyfo and Mofanchame. You better Abama Jimmy for to go and represent us in parliament, in other government agencies, you know, by way of appointment. Then you answer for goofy because they don't have money. This issue of vote buying, we must take it critical and serious.
Until I say, I say, NDC leadership also and NDC members to be proud of themselves. Say, you know, BB movies. I say, now when himself ran you and
exactly, make me be said.
Okay, my memo example.
That's a nice thing.
David. Then it means we are not following the issue. When we say parliament, and our parliament, they say, oh, call parliament for some days. It was a young free parliament. But yes, still, so be you will hear the person first.
Okay.
And then see it.
Until any natural law of justice.
Yes. You will, a reason not where my honor. It be law now the two on the community who do
or doing parting rule, yeah.
Again, so say a buy a debate. Say a cobra stop, don't go to two table in Queen Yawa. I'm not sure adaptive, a chill first.
No correct.
What that about Damu, first that they some round a parliament. Once a parliament to two table will be and you be. Parliament, you know. Among 4 years to two table. I say a minor day, but at sports, you know, it's a committee. Committee new work to the point now we for defend. They say when they are forced pressure, that action can be taken. You so waiting. I mean, I can say, which means young go beyond law in our parliament. You know, if a privilege is to be okay, engine free parliamentary. And so you be say the ordinary Ghanaian and the menu and me and also. So I say, so we may have the law, but law ain't so tight to hold many people. So this committee now and level NDC fine and eye opener. And my answer, never I can once say, it was a NC, you know. Sana and you need Sana Mrana ye DC any. And but nobody has gone back and test the law. So I say, so this opportunity now say, committee they say, yeah, Jumano. But could do pempem so my queen say, me be ambra. But BBC anyhow. Enti Omama party say they be and say no and two abra this so. And your committee no am just start here no. Yes, some to me entro me Jumano so.
Okay, enti committee ni say
to me in fact they say club say which be saying me say Jumo. Yeah, the 4 back am na 7.
Omo Juma they say dey no mo samba ye.
That be say no omo go into to at a broader issue.
Okay.
Say obi here we are at what if even getting any result of elections.
I'm getting on that one.
Oh, so idea I opener. Party need to say you say. Yes, you want to so now all these issues now then MOB what is the impact of it? Say all these things will go around it too. In fact, last don't be beside me we can say. And I said, Nanka, it's a better try elections. No more, I said, back, where do I? And then, Pablo delegates, so I called to Abano.
Okay, because so
all these ones, it's how so a idea. Now, you can't say easily because your laws to be or why can you pull those laws to use? Or because court, I didn't. And Imran, you and I can't say anyone. And Imran, say okoye na obi test law no it means you are still holding the candidate issue.
Okay, so are we saying say Ghana for hwenim say enche NDC for binya a certain law a bit ma hwe enyema ya esi a ye ka say committee is already working.
Na zero enema 3.
All right.
There's a committee members. And the 4 back count almost a 7. We 7. Now my idea a bit me I resolve this issue. Both party first I say mamra and my own started. We are not thinking about yes and inchi. We are not thinking about but yen she share and makrapo will be any issue no. So what I say. In fact, all these things we are talking about and starting with the party from some time ago.
I mean,
that time we are not involved in all these things. But they say about do sad stage we are. I do not say acquire so broad. No, at least you should find a way to nip it at the bagger. How you are doing it, Emra is very important, and that is why that so committee no Juma say committee more yade. But said I'm also say and come on, and so I had the same elections in the room. Oh, enti omo mo fresh say ntwe mo no ya tie o masem enti which be say me sibio mo am say dey be NDC aye the crap which means omo ya dey because of now but omo say omo ka bomo penny sam omo
even for your majority to come out with that position entirely even for mo as a party election directorate to set a committee say mon kohwe we mu no
effect and I set a committee no
your first executive committee
general secretary
enti no yade a ye dey bomb about so say at least my pace setters
but we do see I think that that is where we also have to look at especially where the MPs came in
majority for you think it's wrong?
Yes, we see
wrong wow
general secretary of the party
okay
and ye general secretary only letter and among MP.
That's right.
And so why a statement say me sure do we more. In fact, you don't even know where the investigation will get because party for the investigation. It might even go to the people in even the parliament. You didn't know the scope of that, Now, you remember say you quite about to now mean trouble to on instant. And I talk about we are now issue bar. Emra uko through some process. Na ya kasi munchemu. Also no we also kasi oche nchemu no. Omucho no. They were not able to refer to only one line of a law.
Ayenyina
Somfanye.
So you think that the majority erred?
That instant in then come to one and can go stage way. In fact that made even our conversation now say. Because then omujina so yen cancer
o say ehun ye bi mu kire se o magi TV onu baba jama ankasa so confirm ye e bi mu yehun eh
na one to say I did bribe parliament that then they go about to so
no person kire say
you see I think that there's a process you develop
mad
I think that you see we're talking about our general secretary and asemo. You see, if you refuse to
he carries weight.
See, if you're not protecting the general secretary's office, no be a bed or pair. The party name.
And I say, and me cry me buy my castle when you can fair man to a cry and I say, we ain't found Kuma Kennedy.
But that's all man to our
Mrs. MPs now, majority for the kind.
And no, man, with him. I don't know what you said.
Honorable,
yes, at the committee also. The American is saying. There are processes.
Okay.
Sure. The MP Betty Mayade in the name of the party, a general secretary Betty Ansatro, which will be above the MP. Was idea more no? A year from some national edge. But national area now they feel but which means they say why they control me.
But the parliament is independent.
Be independent.
The fact is that they belong to party interest. Independent.
This is a party issue.
Okay.
Party issue no more can say remember on NDC law and I say government and I say constitution be any rely also. When the general secretary spoke, I say me sure said I would defend anybody that say party issues. At times wrong, but then trust sir. Could draw and I say Yanya support to the office of general secretary or party because at any given time on all try you very recently, a statement. I'm for start attacking the person as a general secretary.
Oh.
Because on now already, and that's only present here. Even this issue, look up. I'm for say, oh, maybe a general secretary, maybe a office and a
duty.
A office, no. So he carries everything for the party. If you don't support and protect it, especially baby, send a one number and be open here, no, who will suffer. Party we say, and it will go against. Shall there ACC there now? Say, a record process of Iowa so East, but it became a national because electoral commission chair want to be international election because of mature elections more. But look at look at what has happened there, because the general secretary say, "Adia who here no right? At least all of us could have been following and say about this be anyway investigations. Then we'll come out and say, okay, especially you be your view will be
heard.
Yeah, so. They say why club, which means obin to me engage any member of parliament of his view. Because one naturally say into elections. Then.
So you think say anka majority for the Bible no? Umunya mrebika say based on ABCD laws into intwemu anka fine case.
And I got club we close as one could too.
Okay. So the point is that General Secretary Kasa and Esan come to
it's about the process.
Okay.
And baby, I could do say party nama committee say munko so no. Also say party is ready to end this issue.
Honorable, there's one pertinent issue and Krofoka. And as a journalist, maybe say I said also one thing about Mr. President and they say John Mahama. Oh John. I said, me next born, but Charlie, fantastic guy. One time about President Muhammad, I said, or can someone, the can say, as part of his code of conduct, or can say, Sabi penny for him, any appointee, Sabi, behavior, and any day no answer, and an acquiring corner, ube to me, you. Me no can say, Baba Jamal, now or High Commissioner, man, Nigeria, on behalf of Ghana. President say, we are relieving of his duty. But there are people who are saying, say, Mami Amena, Nikuni, Mahama Tura, Unyan baby Kui. She sits on at least two balls in the idea. One day,
that is
where is the fairness?
Okay, David,
you also stand for justice.
Muridi, read the letter now.
Okay, letter is there.
Say that is why the party, a bomb penny, John Drabana Mahama Paso.
Okay.
Say, ya no mistake. Say for him to lead the party at this time and the country this time around. Say, be Ghana. So we have say, where Bonivia minister ebe so ebe pamo ebe yibia. But I say, no open different year nunzi. What's it none worry no? But me ankasa me ye code of conduct me no obey agreement also. So me appoint you who fight the other levels where me you ready.
He said it. He said it. Which
means onu wo didn't tem. Which means nanka ye hu ade we intelligence ye na di to ye the guidelines mo. Nanka see ye nanka chesa the way ni.
Oh okay. The time no kind no. Nanka
even say the court identity so ye apart from ye ensure constitution. Oh I say I open my now no. So it was straight. Who say court direct said code of conduct simple. Simplicity.
When you so, but we don't know.
Oh, Nina, you can say, your mama, visionary. Who in them? Oh, and a party can say, oh, yeah, who say, we've been say, in fact, who shall let about say, when your diploma, no, and I glare on us, and I will take care, but or share their committee at their party, then whatever you have to do for other persons, they will consider. And I say, I didn't buy no. Ebi muso o amukita dina brebi o abayemo enti man pedi hwe se so ebe ka omo a enka omo we a party
am contest and when be me apart from am na omo bi sankura position say constitutional chairman no contest here
on contest resign here only the party on say omra or party say we contest as a constituency executive over resign before.
Say we lose the constituency chairmanship no.
There be one because we lose say let's for so.
Resign. What is say when chairman be.
What is that?
And win one win. 20 posts. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. But I said he has any post because I'm here to check say that's where position be Aban
beti focus adana ma me amena de okura two boss still na ma bajama de mo yi
any aban be hwe e say ya juma na
mo hwe dan hu
ya be say be committee no am say internet ka say ndro a na say ka say amam for mo amuso a eye ebi mu a amuso e wa aban juma no amuso mabeni aso act amuso enti party no government aya dia at least say yeah unite me eboa efsomu here if not to stop it totally ni ye beyede but at any given time now we are this one step the persons who want to break the law so all got two steps but we believe it's by the time maybe we recommendation no because yeah na elections that whether you are parliamentary MP, whether you are former MP, whether you are executive, you have gone through whether direct or indirect affect to announce or benefit it. We are going to sit around and say, I do we be economic.
Your Machiavellians be your politics and they don't care. One day is when I win. So we share over Baba Jamal, for instance, or say no not to chair based on in some can not just say Obia Unimuno and not say what to change idea. Let's assume say NDC are coming out with very beautiful laws. I feel the Benyan so say who could top votes and if there's any incident of vote buying a bit many saying so na ye no way the idea. You win pabonini or no subit macasa same run over there. And ye me pen crewphobi, no my pen maybe a mom hair, shall I quache in the name of Mahdi Mohammed Gabriel. Knowing say ye capture Nencro forecast mad in the demamia. Committee in being evidence now. How are your laws going to check all these things because it's going to be difficult?
Ozi unam ana otetin sam no be bisa.
Me bisa bisa.
Bon sama wo se so the bon sama.
But minim ya be
entina committee fake ka say mre no yentu ebo na yenya solutions ni ye.
Okay.
On say would another angle be mu.
Yes.
So you need to go elections that.
That's right.
So or say how do you even arrive to resolve this issue?
Yes.
So we need to find a way to block even the thing being occurring. Oh, you just try to red line now. You meet out there. So idea you are in most at times you don't rush to take decision. Yeah. I won't say we are maybe able to make you so. And then that's the will now can use to do. But this is the process now. Yeah. So Otu, we are good. Say yeah, and we'll follow that path to get things done better for.
Yeah, if you most say send your politicians money mo delegate daily no, and also can and vote buying because most of the time you come to power and you seem to forget about mo delegates. And most of the time, executives say yeah campaign too about mamo. Pen you phone be bridi peche, but oko grassroots mamo bre e be police pe soldier ni adre where opre penyin bi kura wo mo ani ade. So ono so hunu no say aba no okoto no ni ko season no. Ti 3,000 Ghana no. Eso oje. Say na be obetimi de ato aba no. Enti no okwan be so ne enso be fa to say man whether NDC in power, whether MPP in power. For now NDC na was so let's speak to NDC. Na ya be hwe so na ya hwe executives and most of them here delegates. So be no be any here juma obi won mo here kwanya in making sure say enema be ko yi.
But to them say watch na
minua boachi radio good.
Pressure be on pressure be on.
Na wo boachi wo o de ewie be din komo.
Otu
honorable.
One say this is the same thing in e bi mu so e ka say because of even the Oma obi je ni ntikrapo no. Ama be brief for say if you say there me fi obi a me copy sika no nto na do a so sika no beje they are canning the contract. So it means that we are all looking at all these and say
yes,
perhaps if those things ends it will also change another angle on how to get close to the people.
Okay,
one entire broader discussion debate and a program yes for me it's all to go to resolve all these issues. Identity obi for okay say scapa to me and I'm because best can number now. This is can no man talk to me now. How do you even ask for what you want from the person.
So what talk?
Oh, so all these things will come in because mejuma me ma no. The metaphor like I could pay you now or be just for this canoe. How can I even move to go and look for it? There's a broader idea, but party leadership must be applauded around this time.
Okay.
Yeah, the idea we have a two system no more. Party, in fact, I've now come to realize when we say it look like NDC is now everybody's NDC in Ghana now.
This will be NDC
because NDC are some partner. Among first we say because party we penny at least like we
say normal to be
so I think that the leadership and we applaud them for
I also suggest minim say who are now say directorate of course director of elections and can be to many unit be na family head and we have information and education unit you say we go and educate the branches because most of them sebi in India. Ask yourself, so nipa kuno competent. I don't know what charge. So nipa kuno nim say, obetimi asebiwa. Why must he share? It's where the mon fam kwa dream na ibetimi information and education desk bia. Oma jumane say the visit branches forum and educate them on some of this.
It's okay. We said we started and continue. What's started?
I was honorable Mahdi Mohammed Gabriel and I train como director of elections NDC. The man deserves it. I mean, it's not because this man is here. Come on. But I'm so happy, sir. He's my guest today. Honorable, finally, grassroots, in Crawford frame, O2, you hear Juma, O2 saying, crack saying, grassroots for you. My economy,
it's all part of the system now. Yamba, and we will never abandon party, grassroots,
okay.
Ghanaians.
Okay.
Because party Juma.
That's right.
Ghana so EDB can.
That's right.
And they do baby one.
No fire.
So if you only say party no kwa,
yes,
we may even suffer.
That's right.
Because the votes, yes, it's party.
Floating voters.
But votes, and yet that's only for the NDC. We are not saying dear should be deprived for those in the house to enjoy.
Fantastic.
You are not saying that one.
Fantastic.
So never be a challenges when we came to meet. In fact, it was not part of our program.
Okay.
To go and meet said okay, be at the Amapoka Center road. So we are not and cancer projects no more. In over to a teacher, now a backlog utia. Nobody so it is not part of the challenges now. I can't the cocoa board that Yabogua were managing issue to Robert.
And the president so
yes. So those are the issues. And it's a share we are here to ease people's pressure difficulties, Among your money be crap on and calling said but if all those ones, you be a share said debut. NDC near when you are going out to Obey Jumama Ghana. Say your manifesto in one of the things I will kind of say. Me per se or Chinami say Ghana near or co school. Me back and I will be back. So we call SSWA, we call university, no. A month manifesto NDC by say your mama be president, a bit 25 a man no. That would tire no, it is so. And it's getting down. It may not come to you, but it releases also another pressures. Yeah, what is disabled, sir, yeah, or more. Education school free
level 100
these are things that it could have come another pressure I'm on for catch say about who want to school now in free education be so we farmer we are grassroots we are food soldier and say obi a we are junior bia you say the SARS kind of account fees budget so and then next buy and dedicated fund this is what you fought for. But yes, other incentives will come. And no, so you be and so abemwa. Police, need soldier, your community police. All this one a opportunity we have. But you should also know, say we're talking about 6 million people, and even Ghanaians, I can say 30 million. Police now, 3,000. You can imagine, but it's a long other areas. So it can always be say, "Mema the many way, ajan way, anya way."
Okay, so honorable, so be to say honorable Mahdi, one honorable Mahdi, what is wrong? What is say John Mahama or one? But your MC say be brave. Me madwene mo no. And adwuma bi ho krampa nyɛ sɛ bi sɛ director of elections. And then you see Hajo Mahama. What are the MCs doing in making sure say look, and you see your adwuma you created that and your adwuma say be for adwene e create. That's my point. MCs need this. They should create jobs. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. I'm not holding brief for anybody. Creating jobs. Creating jobs and all this. I'm trying to say there are certain things that resources now. I was saying.
You see, my them or my them this kind of call. And this first, no.
And this first, from the said danka first one and buy danka and I'm trying to go in you are. Danka na a syphilis me not to so.
That's it.
That whole is not there. We could have now be building a pillars on this So we admit, say, with the same people, elections, you need them. You work with them. Party will not we are not turning our back to the people. The MCs will not turn our back because idea buying per se. We are ready for this or we take issues on those. So
Honorable.
I understand your
na I obi me papa we dey me miss out because I say me want me fato hina no oko airport we dey me miss out.
How say waboje dey say
efu
that business ya be say five nice pa one say na eba no
aban papa ba
when say but otu nyame adoma
say that you me free but
Baba Jamal atimi file a nomination
okay
anope
all right
ochina 10 a.m. Almost file by the close of the day, but 5 minutes, 45 minutes, they will close.
Okay.
They will make me file it and they will meet tomorrow. I say to do the balloting. After the ballot, no game no I start.
Say people so
start what is
help.
Yes, I quit here. Elections, I say north. Then I be could now all 3 weeks. I said I start here. I didn't say we do a face.
Just poku chebi bi anfa.
And I ba akwetia. Say ya na ye no mo ho mo ye juma. But the chira say politics na ye game na ye be no. It's more about one kasa o character. Any commitment to what you say. You committed. And the the people, constituency by constituency, and instead of approaching what you have given to the people. There are some constituencies, almost you could do a just start a bridge, bridge. There are some constituencies, issues national character.
That's right.
The national character. So I understand. Mahusa na mama starting. Once I did more year, I know every year national regional. Election campaign into amba hwa ebeka say wambo into mba na mo camera ha to no mo dey to say o ma ba I was so is but na me hu Jerry Ahmed constituency e ben na block one of 19 police station we ko da ho I had a feel away agoti abuko elo constituency but we are not taking anything
from 92
David we are not you see we have gone past 92 they be up.
Still kuram.
I fill a box. It may be a box in the empty. There be a box in the empty.
Yes,
and let's start you.
I like how you do your politics. Well, I don't know, Mama did different. Obia and director of relations, by historical political analysis. Also, we say we did from a fiat man you're winning throughout. Into we know you're this level, we more this level. What is director of relations? No, say there be. Your big boss knows why empty, so we are starting afresh. My miss me say, fantastic leader.
Let me just say, I somehow inside bolo.
Oh, yeah, no.
The elections never started, and these elections will test our character. It will run about 15 days in Ramadan.
Oh, okay.
15 days of Ramadan will be run in that election. In the share electoral commission.
Babansu a Muslim.
That be constituency now, because that's the character.
Okay.
There's a character. You are going to test a character.
Wow.
In that, it also.
So they are entering into this election with purity.
It's a different ball game in the constituency, and
wow.
Palongo will start here. We are going to do the real issues on the ground. However, the Electoral Commission, the IPAC, which is not different from any abattoir.
Okay.
So we are following the process.
Nana Kofi Ahinkinsley, also I know to ask them about the boys they use as security during the elections. We have fought very hard, please. They shouldn't reject us, please. Those boys were called operations boys. So we are in the house, please.
In the Mecano, we on the third Tuesday about elections, but I believe the people of Ayawaso East. Will follow the trend.
Yeah,
will follow the trend.
It's obvious. I know, sir. Anyways, maybe new positions, so I cannot say it's a done deal. But from where I said there, I think some must say I'm but my might be some big MPP, and I'm not happy. I don't know where sir. My for fun one. They say Mugu pattern. My MPP are done a pressure group.
Among us, sanity say no. I think that it's all as a party. We are learning from what is happening from the MPP, at least to guide ourselves from it. Have been issues whereby we have listened to what people commented on the issue of our elections,
Okay.
Until we are guided ourselves. Say, continental election. What do we do? The 82 or more, it's not something that we take it to life because we may end up even focusing on MPP. Now we have a FHE, other fire equality. So it's about Ghana, and enya. Discussion. So how Ghanaian tomorrow will accept say you have done what I want, both party and government, and I focus because Ghana never talk about that election day, obi in share NDC MPP at so vote to know will determine what, and that is our focus for now.
So we are done with Ayawas, but from few minutes, even if it's 5 minutes. Saying Usifa J, whether it was a call, whether it was a meeting, whether you throw a letter, or Honumwa, yes, the director of elections.
What I give thanks to God, and I've always maintained, say, the NDC is a party that rewards.
Okay.
Party NDC. It rewards without looking at baby Ofri.
Fantastic.
There be who you are. There be the NDC fair. There be so bet me the party no a pair. You will be given the opportunity to do.
Wow.
And that gives me motivation always to work towards party principles.
No fire.
I am not saying I'm the best out of, but I think that it also motivates people who have patience to wait. Elections, Lucy elections, Lucy elections. Argentina and so you this all play, and I think that if all of us
Okay, so you heard him say you better cross over na ya call baby. I mean filing because of course I'm told by my producer say ni odo ikwao nima manche ankasa edi honorable Baba Jamal echi ne ko yefesi betima nyo hinkese ewo ahoma no so intense what we see in Sabia so be a minister be and a man appointment be na say be a kototo da no I mean the chiefs go but say ohene be follow a parliamentary candidate to file no sometimes it's worth noting and you say e be raise ni odo kwao on the lines na yen atwetwe nkomo so NDC for paper especially more Ayawaso East ya to abanawie there's no differences there's no camps now it is Honorable Baba Jamal. Let all of us support Honorable Baba Jamal. No camps, no functions in Ayawaso East. Mayani ni odu kwa ni manche nkomo. Hello manche.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Ni good afternoon wangbodo manye.
Manye ablawo.
Yo. Ni wadama yenga ntiye se ene one eye Honorable Baba Jamal. Ana ekoko file me pa motivation ankasa te say so him pon kese sen na wankasa watutu 9 na wedi Honorable Baba Jamal echi aye intense what motivated you ni
yo me da sepi unim say free say Baba Jamal o kan say obekọ assembly ewo ni madimu no and I'm here press conference second say ye be pen na anka ma di Jibril o wa fi ho ana o ma di Jibril anka
ma di brain side na ohene bisa na say me ba cho wa step here or by inside
because me person me dana say this time you know nipa o mu mayen a ediko parliament you know because you share Tamale Central, now say Tamale North, the quality people and eco parliament in my end. And see, Baba can't say, Obijina or Yang Yempesu no sono. Yeniji pa. If you say, Baba, I feel I no beer, Obitumia Kaya say, Mama Yang. If you say, Omuasisi Yang Yache.
In terms of SCA, ohinu beti matchim kakra.
Mu kakra ni say, when we say ni makro no. Akoye say ahowo krom, but yenya ahowo.
Okay.
Yenya ahowo. Kro no ti say osu la teshin nuwa. Edu so ye ni man nkra kro.
Okay.
Na ya ye womu no. Ye free Accra. But ye nyankranfo.
Oh, okay.
Ye Accra, ye nyankranfo.
Mu free Accra ba mu nyankranfo.
Ye nyankranfo, ye Mosifo, ye Basalifo, ye Fulanifo, ye Hausafo, ye Sisalafo ne. Na se du brea ye trodin ana se wo gibe certificate ne ya o hawa ye komuni se ko mi bomi din se ma di gibre na ye say wo free hin ye wo mi free Accra e wo kro be so nima na be ya asem obi free osu obi si ye wo no Accra no free osu na ye friend no tia enu yo ni problem na not no free Accra ha not o free osudoku e wo shine e no mba be settle wo ha
okay
yen so aye wo nima no we are equally Ghanaians.
That's right.
Ye nana numu no see e ho no mo betran e no ho no mo wo yen na ye bibia.
Na manche we de wadam wo beto aso but em say na o say o pese woni honorable madi em say wo nchia bi na aseda bi ade ma wo betena se.
Me wo nchia bi madi machi wani sa ni hu da. But ye me can say mu am wo ho sisi no ye da mo ase say mu maye me who say mu the quality people and e call parliament ho na yensu mu ajaye ma boy modern amaye obi papa ye beta na chi I'll be by the year to my year. Congratulate him. And Ukwa, Muni, Crawford, President, ni, or more coming in Dawama, say my end. And I thank the president is to say, or the year Yasa says so into your tenant. The former president is to your tenant. There you,
Yo,
me didn't grab it.
Honorable, you can be 1 minute at all. Honorable, Nima Manche.
With the knee, men candidate, once I ever constituency no day, you now. Now, but for now, they better was say, about party number more, Abaswa, say you my pie, yeah. Thereby, ever now.
Yo.
We cry no not we see from cry or cool. I know say winti was from by.
I am the passer and I'm in Akasa because of why you Juma pa until you don't say until Baba and I'm in Ako. Wako filing in papers in the BBR campaign no dear or Muta Munjani in our money. Mina me Yamano. My Yaman cried at that.
It's any campaign. Nana, I said, yeah, who the Dawabamo, your Jama.
If you say, Umudi Yafa, point the blade, so Baba no Baba, Manamai. You're the corona channel.
That's it. Much me fancy and I citizen show. Yam so yabeba na yaba announce na yabepenya sakakre bending.
Yo, maybe me too na mamu.
Me pacho hene. Ya da sepa nyakupo nshao. Eye ni odoi kwao. Eye Nima Manche. Ana ye no twen komo. A beautiful one and tensi sir I mean parliamentary candidate na filing na wahene muwa no udine chini ade. Say na make no if you appoint say your MP na your ministerial appointment and any other ambassadorial role and any government agency appointment see where I mean is here to two I mean see who's credit into two I'm talking of ministers in one to two then I am for no a court no matter what there but say in such hot political temperature now I am for be warm touch makoko shout there is in order but let me say this and sana be your for better let me say this now ya to abanewi Ayawasu East, and this is my advice to especially the candidates, no one supporters. But who know some videos are a bit full, because I'm caught the way I say I call. I know, on issue of vote buying, Sebi, media mean so and yet, but I think that we will also be hypocrites. Say about you say Baba Jamal Pe and in the history of Ghana, Sebi Obiako TVs and then. My investigations here say almost contested, about 4 of them camps nina a bit idea. I'm learning say a bit my transport 3,000 idea. I'm learning say and even sometimes I'm naming one of the MPP guys. No, kasi almost chemutu. I'm a menene I eat a humble pie because I'm learning say a bit cry ni so about the cha ubiache. Elections and oye den nipa ba ko pe ne be wini. What you should understand in Ayawasu is to say momo yesronko. You are not like MPP for anke jet them. What they are saying can we team women any idea. But even though in your dissatisfaction I be mu eninje no, you guys are still united. Eti ebesre sesia na ya to abanawie no. Everybody should rally behind Baba Jamal. Committee NDC mpanyi for the functional executive committee. For committee, committee led by the veteran, very knowledgeable. He's a colossus in politics. Yeah, come on, Papa, he's a serious guy. You to be kwachi, Penny for saying a quarter committee in the Sonia dear. Ama susu say, Anka send your coin in Trey dear, Anka, Yakasi try elections, no one can no. In fact, your cousin candidate in the crutch chardiano, you disqualify one can no. But Abra say, ye dembrana ye juma. Now say a share NDC constitution, for instance, no wasabi. Ye shed that enya a homam be a bejinaswakase based on this law. Intino ye disqualify candidates and now say ye trabatun. For that reason, send your battle ne koyeno. Ne outcome no ye maningesa. However, and penyifonia semino. Senia yewura ma de Gabriel ema yasote no committee no e koso ye dwuma ma ye de nipa nan kra kom ho a ombehwe sa emran toto ye a daachi bi no so bi efa kwan bo no so na you know, he enters into this realm of vote buying. I think it's fair. How NDC for penny for sorry against this vote buying issue. No, I mean, MPP, so they should be commended. But the point I'm making, ladies and gentlemen, say Munian and Mianoma Momo Ayawasu is in the Mesramo, Muhu Baba Jama say Omoya Mabusia, Baba Jama Musu Huma Miamenamo, Somoya Mabusia. Constituency chairman contested Omi Mabusia, Dr. Sindomo, Omi Mabusia. I mean, the other contender, no, so I mean, all of you should see yourself as one people. Yes, Ramo. Say, Mame Amena and the winning ya. I'm sure say she will expect say all the other candidates to support her ahead of the elections. Me sure say constituency chairman the winning ya. He will also expect say Honorable Baba Jamal, Mame Amena, and the rest will also support. It say Ankosa na say Baba Jamal honorable or His Excellency and winning yeah, I think sir he deserves the support of everybody. Na obia and family supobia and twitchery. Let's rally behind the umbrella. Let's push the agenda forward. Now we making sure say elections here kui Baba Jamal be fan of fala. Yeah, that should be your agenda. Say Baba Jamal be fan of fala. And I'm happy sir we have the king himself. Or him Powankasa Ubutu Nima. Ono no tutu Nima. Ono she Nima en kankro Nima ntechere se Nima befa ne ntuma pefra wa him popra otinkunya bunuso. Oni nana matran kunya. O hina sinkete. Ama watiete ro chacha mu afra ne ntuma. O hina sina hine che. Wa bodem we di Baba Jamal achi to go and file intensi. And no chira will say if the head of Nima Edi Baba Jamal Lechia, then certainly it encompasses every indigent or citizen or inhabitant would say the Ayawasu East region or constituency. It is Abusia Moma and no entrance asumji. I mean smoke the peace pipe. Na yanko ma yanko break him ra. Ye ba abijafo be krado na ye din komo. Hey Accra 100.5 FM. Citizens show ni jumadi anything. Begin the Nana Otu DarKo Ghana man kasama for the voice for the voiceless gatekeeper of the nation. Stay on. We are right back.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush the feeling bright. Brush your teeth. Brush with mom and dad. Underneath and in between. Brush the germs away.
Pepsodent, cavity protection.
For 10 times stronger.
This advert is FDA approved.
Electroland ya chedi ho draw so kwa ba wo de be che wa for Valentine you. Yeah ma wo discounts a won TV da. Any a chedi so kwa every top brands nina. Who bet me no wadofo 8 year odonyomo every Samsung, TCL and Nasco home theaters no mu. Na masia hwesene e wo ye LED smart TV ne so. Mu ya masa de top air conditioners na jojomo ho. Who bet me so de bedside fridge no actually with champagne. Na masa de 4 to 6 grill ni oven gas cooker no. Ani odediane. To your top or front load washing machines no that fast shock you wadofo dom. Ko your showroom and now call www.electrolandgh.com. Our friend was 050-315-9739. Electroland Ghana Limited. Yeah, bakwa. E won name nyama. Fe na ne bo dafem.
Give us P capsules. A memedry. Manum bia ye benmua. Kani metutu ya na minkuma bo asese de. Betru esa kum menia G. Give us P capsules.
Give it to me, baby.
Give us core capsules so e.
E man meme nyina akoko yade. Sisi yade amamanya yem timotete wo mo no. Yedru no no. Manum bi amama de me ho.
Give us core capsules.
I give it to you, baby. You give it to me.
Oh yeah.
Hey. Give us in no. Amen. Bebusiemu papa. Give us P capsules.
And meme wadi infedu wa twede kronkwan na efa.
Give us core capsules.
Apemfo abatan wo mo manufo ne nkwada wo ne infedu mienu nka ho. E wo drosto bia motufo nko. Give us herbal center. Teshi mobile. And na Teshi aduami. Phone numbers 0543 222 470 and 050 68
FD ashosha sa ejedi enkrato imu agia to mu se eyi.
Me badu ni amenwro ho ma bra wo ho pe.
why na wani na agye a wo gye oba grossa no
na ade a wonyame nam dota mu a owo personal natural health care so aye eno na di bani je say you
peske awo hu nsem de otenete se wo kase mu obuo o prostate aye kese ama onya dwonso mu amanuhunu
say yes stroke diabetes hepatitis B pressure 60 yade afichi kroma manihunu enam yade hodo was
ɔwɔ mfidie paa afei ɔba a wopɛ sɛ wo hips anaasɛ wo to ɛyɛ akɛseɛ yɛyɛ ho adwuma sɛ stretch marks agye wo wedeɛ no abɔ so a yɛyi firi hɔ barima a wobɛɛma sua a wopɛ sɛ yɛpɛgya mu no bra pescare ɛwɔ Nkran La Paz Nyamekyɛ Junction Grand Prince School no akyi hɔ a Kumasi Bantama G Roundabout yɛwɔ Medlab akyi hɔ baabi ani ɛdan yɛ Sahuman Rural Bank wɔ mu no a Sahuyɔ so nso Mpomam yɛne Church of Pentecost ɛna di nhwɛnimu Takwa Roman Stores yɛne Zenith Bank ɛdi nhwɛnimu Sunyane yɛwɔ Rex yɛne Total Filling Station no ɛna di nhwɛnimu ɛna Takrade Anagye yɛbɛn Queens of Peace Academy a yɛne Goy Filling Station ɛdi nhwɛnimu frɛ Pescare ɛwɔ 055-773-8555
Pescare
quality hair.
Every buyer, na sika mani ho nsensem bebre.
Me de wusika na mane ka funeral.
Ajibia na momo buy, odi tumi no be share wonsa.
Ah, gosia. Wan na nemre mo di sika twitwi die nante. Abra obetimi di afa momo so.
Eno an se wodi wonsa be boso keke. Sika no be ko ententem a asembia eni.
Minsa ka invest me sika no.
Mensa ka pension sika no.
Minsa ka loan no.
Momo tijidi a wo ma no ase. Ne santi odi ekwan pa ebebo ye dwumadi ho ban. Ti say South Pin Research aba. Se de be ya momo ho ban bo no. Be ko nanim kese. Momo di 0244 300,000 per ene be frɛ. MTN anase momo adwumaye ni biara enfrɛ wo. Enkase for momo pin anase one time password no ma. Afen so me mani sika ma obi a wonim no. Anase untimi verify di. Approve prompt bi a enye wo na wo hyase. Momo still unsaka.
MTN. Electroland ya chedi ho drosso kwa ba wo de be che wa dofo Valentine you. Ye ma wo discounts a won TV da. Eni a chedi sonko a every top brands ni na. Wobetimi ne wadofo 8 year odonyomo a every Samsung, TCL and Nasco home theaters no mu. Na masia hwesene ewo ye LED smart TV ne so. Mu wi amasa de ye top air conditioners na jojomo ho. Wobetimi so de ye bedside fridge no a chili with champagne. Na masa de ye 4 to 6 grill ni oven gas cooker no. Ani odediane. To ye top or front load washing machines no that fast shock wadofo dom. Ko ye showroom anako www.electrolandgh.com. Our friend was 050-315-9739. Electroland Ghana Limited. Yeah, bakwa. E won name nyama. Efe na ne bo dafem.
Ghana so by track kokro. Nanso ne mampani ya baako pe. One big Ghana, only one president. Esan say baako fo san so nyankopon ani katanti. Wo enjai Ghana memuo any wuyedie enhye MPs any politicians nisa kasa wutri ho yo Ghana yensom wuhunu bribia ka bribi jina be meet you
maso pa mentum kan ho do no amaba be serve kwa ba yampa ba ye go so tie ni
maya de sama mpa ba Ghana yensom aha na Ghana kasa yes sir
Oya, Timanga, oya Barcelona.
Kagum. Kagum. Ghana Yensom, let's hold leaders accountable.
Ghana Yensom with Chief Jerry Forson, CJ, 5:30 to 10 a.m. Monday to Friday. Ewo, Accra 100.5 FM. Tadi 99.1. Any stations in Kayeni now.
Ghana Yensom, Sofa, Namen Sofa, Accra 100.5 FM. At Demufua.
Ghana
All right, that's it live on Accra 100.5 FM. Yes, I'm some other four Akwaba Sonkumra, Kwam Kwacha Tanase. Yeah, Shanim say a year and Penny for Babakensa, Member of Parliament representing the people of Tyne, Honorable Suleimana Adama, Bejoining shortly. Sansuna Junior Kabori, and Super Joining or a spokesperson, man, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. Fantastic Minister, Honorable Ama Boa. Yabehe na yate enkomo bi afri honom. Of course, I have also East issue no adea yebedi hu nkomo ene ahwie Transparency International enso ensemo a almost can say Ghana inches up marginally in latest corruption perception index. Yabehe na yedi hu nkomo. Speaker of Parliament a director said anti-LGBTQ plus bill no young family parliament Obekaya was it last 3 weeks or so maybe can't say I'm getting disappointed. I'm maybe say this and no coin say as a bind per se an executive bill an executive instrument ne crack saying I'm happy say and speaker so director I think Ghana Statistical Service raises alarm over food insecurity, poverty and joblessness in the country. Same way mesre and this is for Mufani Ku. We Ghana statistics and Aquacoye. Till the Mufani Ku. So no Adama by Wobekaya Mufani Ku. Not Yansha said no Kurebi Honua. Na ya pet Huajuma Aye. Now there is an emergency cabinet session on cocoa sector. And the Obeka as a president, I can say Obeshia cocoa issues no idea like but I'm happy to say we have a member of parliament. Now, Minister for Finance, ebe holding media briefing ochina na wachire and some course any measures ahodwa omwafa ebetimi aboa cocoa farmers na yetwa also implement a new financial model for cocoa purchases, and there's going to be an unprecedented ramp up in domestic processing of cocoa among others. It's in Mr. And you see, Mr. President, I always say that Ghana is thankful for always making us proud. Mr. Namanyini, I have seen precedents as a young guy and as Obia Medru in Pempen. So Ebia Minyini Bibri. But then you cry, I saw Rollins, I saw Kufuor, I saw Atamils, I saw Jomahama 1, and Amahunu Jomahama 1 the next shadow. Sisia Jomahama Nankaseni, and Mahunu Jomahama, a Juma Oye. In as much as all the other presidents made Akufa the Mahuno. Best honorable Masada you papa from still possible. Honorable interesting no so name krom new Sami Achini.
Yeah, of course.
And your frame free say na adena me yesa and I'm say aden say the po of you na adena chinam se debi.
Some say the po of you.
I support the right cause.
Yes, adepa
ya kan de papa inti edrumri bia okaso your chinia na yempe wani mahwe. And that was an indictment on our future. I am happy say I don't belong to MPP. I'm so happy because MPP mo a difficult so or chinwa here BP. NDC they don't care your tribe. They don't care where you come from. They don't even care so what school. Ubetima ye adwuma no a they'll give you an opportunity. Enti ye be say adwuma yi na atefio. Honorable Suleiman Adama Beka Yensa honorable member of parliament Tyne constituency. Yeah. Na honorable Abade me kai time pe na makai was it 2008?
Yeah.
Time yeah Hona JJ Koye the third round no which is time.
Yeah.
And my JJ Koye polling agents.
Yeah. Of course.
I mean I think it was about was it 30,000? I've forgotten the vote. Not voting also.
Yeah, 40,000.
40,000, yes. NDC at the winner here. It's the time constituency in Ghana's politics they have made their name. Honorable Emwakwaba.
Mejo Seminia.
Na I say Fugu no. Honorable Madiba so no so say Fugu.
Yeah, and Fugu Wednesday.
Fugu Wednesday. Minister Nayade.
Yeah, we are there.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Me producers in the man shit but nyahwe. We part. Honorable Ntoshe ma. Honorable, you fire was so dear and chassis. I think the honorable you then me pesi cocoa the main discussion. Okay.
Thank you.
And yes, so baby, I person pick it. I say no that.
All right.
If you have a Jama, Marco file MPP, so I file any idea. I also.
Yo, you didn't kind of match your T4. Na match ya waboja wajuma efo no mo how no producers. Na maka se ye bebo President Mama ene NDC amanyuku ase. Se ni yehu bi da. Yahu bi. Ewo ye democratic dispensation yimu. Se yakoto aba. Na ne e course abatu num no. Anso party na nkasa ni na ade chen ya president say me na me appointment nti for appointment to hone hwehwe nsema e course num na majority caucus our parliament so issue statement say omude omandwe mu de enka yentwa abatu num na party na nkasa a general secretary so issue statement say wa commission committee say yenhwehwem yampa committee ne report oba na no enura me ne media for di nkomo na me kase ebeye din se yebegina ni si na anu so na yatwe nipa ba ko aso evi se any conclusion committee edebeba any conclusion ebeba se ebi yenkoto aba no foforo ana bibisi no nipa ba ko na yetwe na so efi nipa ba ko na awen ni aba no that's right ba yenyina nso yenim se on our political discourse there be a day-to-day administration yet to about internal elections even say that I extend the external election to the sense say on the day of general elections you can see people giving money giving items for say amount for a kanka a political space no enti enye ayawaso east nkwa na wo okay ena ne ma asem no asen akoye ne kan aye kana ne say megidi say enka yewo na wotwe ansana filing of nomination we draw enka committee no be draw different conclusion me are very positive sir me are very positive okay na ne tie ne say ye de ye chichiri ni nyina na ye de soa ewura baba jamala na ye na nini ye enunti the most sensible conclusion ene yenya no I have been calling say enra yeti 3-member committee no me de mandwi mu no na mandwi ne say 3-member committee na adwuma no be too limited in scope enti ne amate say yeti 7-member committee say generally yenhwehwe se ne yabato asem tie ewo internal elections ho no amamani age papa reforms it's not about yes say will be and it's about say ye punish will be reforms a general term a ye de hwe se ne party no be koso nti eme de sempanimfo na hu say let's go forward and look at the general Ghana nyina your party NDC amanyo kodum ye hwehwem nti it's a good move because be yadri it would have been very suicidal say yakase yatwa abato no it would be suicidal.
You think so?
Yes, because constitutionally
won't it rather be exemplary?
Not just say we are agreeing to forgo the Ayawasu East seat.
How? Some to fufuro.
Yeah, to fufuro da ben. Ene that was a filing constitutionally.
Oh, okay.
And sana abato na baso. Nti yantimi amfali a candidate na. Not just say we will go to the election without a candidate. Unim say sa abato we e kosoro fem adwumade a president mama aye ene ahode a ewo Ayawasu is ye be woni aba no because nipa dodo na ewo ho no e pese omunya candidate a NDC nipa a obekwa gina apre omumpuntu am because most of them believe in the ideologies of the NDC and say NDC amfa candidate anko a ye di Ayawasu is for hwemo
I don't know MPP contest here MPP will win it directly because then
there'll be no candidate for NDC. Nti akwese nipa ba ko a ebe ti Tamale Central no. Wow. He will be declared winner. Enunti ena report na e ba ayo so no. E kire say candidate ni nyina e ko Ayawasu East no obi a ye sa anyoma e ko so no bi. Correct. Enti wuntimi mfa e ho nkire enko kire nipa ba ko. And the committee also had the responsibility of who say if it be causal relationship. They say ade we enema we see here.
The root cause.
Say ebia phone we a medema we enema bato no call ne call ye. All right. Say phone no dey na yesen komu nyina win. If so mu nyina eye bi. So there were other consideration Emma Europe Baba Jama winning. If you say they saw something different in him apart from inducement, alleged inducement, of course. So you cannot say oh punish or no cancel abano because
so based on your analogy, so when you're not chardia and you win in a chardia, which is true.
Yes. Yes.
And yes, Baba Jama chardi into the winning.
No.
Because I don't know, obi chemu to no
one winning. And then and I'm happy say you to be question and all that at the end. You see, this is a man of intelligence. I can say gather intelligence in your man. Obienua or Chenua. And I believe say the most logical conclusion. Looking at the circumstances I want ena enra ene omo draw my you know. Party no so some e de akira ko file a candidate. But there's a party no I put you up a 7-member committee to look into electoral issues. Parliament and so people have initiated legislation to look at the Political Parties Act. Sani ebeya ebe jai sanyoma we esobeti.
That's bad.
One of the ways to stop and say yebe increase the electoral college for the election of officers inside the party.
Oh, that's some of the my
oh, say Emrebi. Emrebi 2016. 2015 2016. Ye frijuma die biase. Na enam kwan ya fa so enti no. Ama desired results no yensa nka. Ifrase say obi a ne din wo NDC register mu as an NDC registered member bia wo so o ho kwan say otoaba ama ye di mpanimfo party no. Apart from this, Yasina reverted back to the delegate system. But in that process, Ebema all registered members of the party. But enam emra ye yes juma di ntino. Among for abuse that registers. Emma ekoyi candidate ana enye desirable in most cases amayen. But meje dey say ene se frase with ebia Congress changes e constitution na ema ho kwan ema start register genuinely not just for election but for identification and other things our party no man na eduru say yekoto aba na yesi yeko ayawasu is register e wo ho NDC register e wo ho no nipa 30,000 and 40,000 and register as NDC members. Okay. Enti yekoyi parliamentary candidate a sa nipa na e wo mu nyina 40,000 nyina beto aba ne bi e ba sa obi obenye sika koto fridge mako 40,000 no na chesa ebeyedin that is one of the solutions.
Now when your fridge no nya transporter and on your inducement.
Oh, but so the money per 40,000 transporter.
Let me do this calculation and see if so I mean Oma be 200 cities me had there. Let me do this quick calculation because honorable e be any abru krum na say we would no mkoto ina say MPP dey ya omkokoto yi.
MPP is a different breed. Yeah, can political man for MPP nka ho because the MPP bom sisi asem no be say. Asem no be say. But we yeah mo bi.
Okay, so 200 cities times 40,000 1 2 3. Hey, 8 million.
Yes.
Not 38 billion.
And this 8 million so the kochama delegate. You see, there is no system full proof. System be anywhere absolute full proof say be ntimi si wo ho. But to a large extent, say extend the delegate system, extend the nipana ekotwabana, ebe reduce the use of inducement.
Okay, so from your point, instead sanke member executives, branch executives, and a polling senior executives partner, yema branch member be antwabani.
Branch member be antwabani bi.
Oh, okay.
Branch member be antwabani bi. That is actually a better form of democracy than the delegate system. Because when you hear some people for come primary sir. Ni yam shishiyan as NDC. If you say enyoma ebesisi wo ho no ewo implication ewo yeso yam se be kwa na yam crofo no say MPP for ko ye say na no mo ye omunya sei
mo de muntua
mo nsem eden
me when people they the wrong thing.
They are doing the wrong thing.
Oh my God.
So let us set the pace. When they set the pace, other political parties like CPP, PNC, other parties will follow. Eventually, if MPP want to chart their own path, they will go. But I'm sure, say, as usual, we are the pace setters.
That's right.
How many times one who said president of a republic? I can say because of this allegation, my review of your duties and responsibilities as a high commissioner. How many times have you said a general secretary of a political party in Ghana? Ebeka say, it is shameful for the thing that we have seen. So we are constituting a committee to look into it. How many that would be a general secretary of a party says stop the sycophancy, and then let us rally around the mandate. They might press the mama, yeah, and I so or cut and to stop the sycophancy. And let us do the work at Ghana for their mind.
General Secretary Bekansa wanted to say it be more cut deals, attempting to cut deals.
Yes.
To support people.
Yes, and this is in his own party.
That's right.
So, President Mama can say the reset agenda. This is the reset agenda. And Timo Bianca say, oh, where they say see the bia, and there is a point. And the Biama can say 3 years I can enemy. President Mama yes we. At the papa bia I bet mercy on my women. So see this time what ya bragu. Obi anti me just President Mama nya ebeye din so bi beye because President Mama has no responsibility bia say me ba be gire mo anim say mo nto aba mama biom ne oye bia is to set an example, correct the thing that he has seen in the system. Look, me I followed the campaign. One of the campaigns it was profound to me. E say me so e be see say to aba no na me bom paye say not because I am NDC, but I was praying Ghana for Bema President Mama an opportunity to come. A symposium, rally be a the University of UPSA.
Okay.
That day, the President Mama spoke on the reset agenda, the rot in the system, institutional decay.
Fantastic.
Yenyoma asay aproya na akoye institutions of state. Constitutional creations are appendages of a political party etiso. President Mama Shebo say oba sisa sa anyoma no. Bema Ghana sisa. Ene Supreme Court mi ko agina. Ni enya 4-1 against a certain party otiaban mu. Entansi. We have gone beyond a stage. Tax etimiko wura Supreme Court, a high court, and molest a pregnant judge. Take away suspect. Tax etimiko wura Ashanti Regional Security Coordinator Office, actually free office. So all those things were playing in my mind. A place where a timer, electoral commission, became an appendage of a political party. A time where National Identification Authority could decide to engage on mass registration just to satisfy a decisioner. Limited registration. And you see, and this President Mama say, I'm coming for the resetter. Now, no, you may see, actually, said the reset is going on because and then institutions are then I don't blame them. When they talk, I am happy because you see. You call campaign and you see we are coming to reset the country. The MPPA, you know, and no been ankaye dia and the second Ghana form for kunyana mayanke. And we need to support the president in his agenda to reset this country. So I'm happy with the exemplar partners, even though people believe that eventually, you know, they didn't get what they were expecting, but we don't always get what we expect because the circumstances surrounding this Ayawaso is parliamentary primaries also call for circumspection, the use of the brain and the rest. And they said the party has done the right thing.
Honorable Madi, you didn't come and me catch and say like and it's going to be a bit of a difficulty. Meaning how a committee in a backup channel, but of course, we will be to say honorable to be Kwachi. I mean, he comes to the table with so much experience, so I know they'll have their way around. You may be any yamra say yan chadi. Which are there, it constitutes a vote buying. Semempe honorable Adama asem na mempe say honorable Suleiman na ube say wene otan sita. Me ba koto toniema. Okay, na semina ni mi kwa beti mi dia ma me nua eso yotie. Me say cause my print wo t-shirt man. Jesa friji kwache chema delegate. Ebe wi ase no ye be capture a recipient of sa achedi ye kasa honorable Adama na de mamie. Meanwhile, we need Moshe. Na committee atanaso. Na enu ye be disqualify wana. How are we going to? Enu na make you say maybe I'm dealing with that because election ebi obi tuma kwatiche o baby krempa is away from the grounds.
Any dey any issue kra minia.
Any issue.
Any issue kra. Politician bi obeka kire o say ade we a ekoso yi. Minim ho hwe. Absolutely minim ho hwe. Obi na echiche in my name. You have a way of dealing with that person. You see, we have lost my way. We are different from So obi akọ wi ade obi akọfo obi enye different no. You are analogy of the mami. It is any wo ka kire me say me wi ade. And obi akọ wi ade e wo me din mu. So obi ko wi ade wo din mu, you have a way of defending yourself. You have a way of letting people know say you are not the one.
Okay.
And any big deal cry. Because otherwise, you see, if the law is not there, then we are all in a jungle. And he say, Obi ekotutade ekoche in your name. E constituency num. Now you're a political leader, you want to lead the party, you want to lead that political confinement constituency. You should have a way of identifying it and nipping it in the bud as soon as practicable. And I can tell you, in 99% of the time, say catch us at the channel, minimum here. In 99% of the time, that is false. You bet you that is false. Otherwise, the person cannot even start. So you papa me constituency. No akoto to ebia machine ye de spray nyoma.
Tell me the discredit tell.
Na o say o che no mi dim abrami minim abrami wo constituency no minim. O de discredit me. Masa enye ye. Me person me use some words but obeyira it won't happen. So there is no politician what is all to her. We be kwakocha there is just to discredit him. And it's far fetched.
But on the issue of some majority, minimum say na muka ho mobile bond think say anka. Yeah, was we know. I mean, in disqualify based on your more can you just say anko in disqualify no. The meaning baby na mujira so. Crofocus say yes you bodu ya munyi na benya mu. Oh, na Crofocus say even Mahama Yarega kra benya no first because so Mahama Yarega so on charge there don pija nsa. And yes majority for no amunyi na muka including Honorable Sulemana. Honorable na mun charge there.
Mini am say esi enra enkyere say esi na e ya depa.
Na che say sinra.
Obia ni ho obetimi ede ne nsa si ne bo aka say anyoma ekosi ebinsi da. Enti am say mayemfa eho nkyere no enkokyere
asemu project ade na say hypocrisy bi asemu de.
Mini am ba the parliamentary wing parliamentary caucus no a wing of the party. Parliamentary wing no a wing of the party. Enti near party no beka no a kese echan near parliamentary caucus beka. Because your women's wing, your youth wing, international wing, and a parliamentary caucus.
Okay.
What I know happened is the parliamentary caucus issue statement based on your man yedi eni hu ye. Because ne see ye no obi adwen be ye ne say ne see ye no ehun outcome ene buy no. Nyoma isisi ye say ye chiche nyoma ehun outcome. Committee no so ma ye hu say ne see ye no all the candidates took part. Omunyina ye bi. Enti we cannot say a causation ne see ye na baba jama win here. Oh, of course. Oh say ye leader, caucus leader. You Mama Yarega. Ye de na kan committee no ho. By the time I information say ye de na ka committee no ho no. Na caucus statement na ba abonten. Then he himself rescues himself say caucus no ono da no na issue statement there. Then he could not have taken part because it would have been prejudiced.
Are you saying say more issue say me without his knowledge?
No. Me see a issue statement no and sana ye put the committee into place.
Oh, okay.
Committee na ye de no kan ho no. Only say no kan ho.
No kan, yes.
Enti then he could not have been there because it would be conflict. Only that caucus na no.
Right.
Caucus na issue statement in his name. In his name. So he could not go and sit on the committee because then it would be prejudiced. And enti or excuse ne ho. Enti media me gidi say party na nkasa issue a statement by your fifiquity. And sana majority koko issue statement. So okay. Within that time, the president has also relieved Baba Jamal of high commissionership in Nigeria. And all these things played into committee na yete. And majority say statement party issue here, statement caucus issue here, all of them dovetailed into a committee didn't report to about. And I believe we should move forward.
Some who are saying some party issue in Kamu Hodi on Gakra.
Oh, party no issue statement and party no issue in statement.
What they buy before? Very well. Okay. Maybe I do before we on about them.
Anti ye dey say ni nyina ne nkamfo ani say. Say ye can we now have a candidate that all of us must go to Ayawasu East to support him because for me one of the most hardworking people we can find in this party Baba Jama from 92 Mimi constituency 2024 he was there.
Fantastic.
Yes, of course. And today is the time for us to do it for him too.
Honorable Suleiman Adama, time MP ni gusu ne twin komo. O se e mo bi anfa duabo ma wan kasa me na make because o kase majority ni minority o mu dua se o mu nchade da. Krofo se binya bibire o. Honorable, na se o kura ke binya wo bia no. Ana se nya. Haya kwa.
You see, say ukodi adura na wakai ka utrim. Ansa na wadi aduru. Enti mame kai mi trim. Me kai mi trim wi amema wansa.
The honorable gusu e kai ni but say your parliament, the internal parliament one more answer. You baba cool. Now speaker of parliament director said yeah really anti-LGBTQ plus bill.
Yep.
Was it last 3 weeks me kai say na me ya disappointed kakra because I mean ohwa hoden a ye dey share LGBTQ plus na fe ye ba power na fe maintain ho hwe. I was so worried. Nti me be kwan wa 3 weeks later I'm happy to hear say ye director say bibisa enkoso. Me pacho send isi fatie with my boy nchire mu.
Yo, me that say the proposal about for bill it remains a bill even when parliament vote e chamber ho na ye agye to wi a is a bill until president ba assent. The president in Sasha say na ye act.
Okay.
And ye tell so ni say any bill ever parliament ho in the lifetime of the parliament say parliament no end it. They say if parliament end there bill I am pass bia anso agu. You must start all over again.
Oh, okay.
Say ye pass bill. Na ye the comma president, na president na sign. Or who can so say bill we mean sign. But I was already turning back to parliament with a reason why he will not sign. Either he referred the bill to the Council of State, or he referred the bill back to parliament with a written memorandum that say because of A, B, and C. Mean to mean sign. Anti parliament munye home bibi.
But can parliament also force president to sign?
No, parliament cannot force him to sign. But also on sign.
Okay.
And also one reason to on sign.
Okay.
Now parliament yet reasons no home bibi. They sign transmitted bill no back to him. But the president Kufuor say one sign one man reason there he could have been impeached.
President there no?
Yes. Because he broke the constitution. Obuko mrano amamra yamamra president Kufuor do buso. Enti sambre na one sign one man reason na parliament ye term no end it ended with the bill.
Okay.
Look, proponent of the first bill no emu bi answer ma parliament.
Oh, asam the mountain.
Yes. Emu bi kra answer ma parliament.
Do you have any name?
Yeah. Oh, this woman from Volta region. Oh, I've forgotten her name.
Okay.
Mekaya the constituency Mekachro.
Okay.
Wama parliament biom. And then minya proponent na I think 2 or 3 of them they didn't come back to parliament.
Okay.
And then the proponent of the new bill I increase it. At that time there were 6 NDC MPs, only 1 MPP MP. In team for your and a sponsor bill no.
Yeah.
And they nipa ni bi abeka ho bebre. Until the bill cannot be described as the new bill. Okay. As the old bill. Right. Say bill on sober parliament it must go through the okay say me mama example for example. Ye pass na courts control bill bi. Okay. Bill no call parliament no. Ye gitum.
Akwa.
Gitum no be act.
Okay.
Obi man so the Supreme Court to say in one of the clauses chamber hono. Okay. A speaker a true question say Obi awo ho asema wonka no. We didn't debate that clause. And a speaker put 2 questions may too yeah, because we didn't debate that clause should not stand in the bill, in the act. Emma Supreme Court sabe clause no eguye. They had to come back to parliament after almost 2 years.
Wow.
And sana correction on that portion. Until there are guidelines. The bill you introduce new bill by parliament. It must go through all the process. And yes, will be the court parliament be before. Or what is the process? Or the bill no bar. Speaker be refer bill no. Ahwemu ahwe. Or be refer bill no. Ama obe bibi no financial impact assessment. And so we introduce private bill. Ebe make demands on the public purse, financial demands. The person mentioned say, so what the bill about parliament and say a bind book bill no implementation of the bill no and say a kaba home. Until you see yes a financial impact assessment bill we no speaker who say with a committee a committee on private members bill or parliament. They will have to go through and then do the financial impact assessment and call the legislative writing people at parliament to ho. Until befa process bebre mo ansana ebepie ababeto ye other people so. Until that process no it takes some time. That process na come on now no speaker akase you go through all the process. You have gone through the bill. It makes no any demand our government so financially. The committee na where private members bill so him legislative draft department do so him. So now a bit no program bill no on the other paper
so it's not
for it to be taken.
Dabi.
So the processes are bills go through and sign appear abonteno. It's a lot. In fact, some of them you have to go through memorandum from individual organizations.
Maybe it's also because of silence sometimes. Because then when we are sponsors of the bill, I mean they can engage media. Because the long silence no be so at the here be more.
I say we appear or parliament to hold. Miti sure say a long silence. I mean my video was to come back one somewhere. Ni appear or parliament and they say the minority stood up say you free you bar 5th 9th parliament na first sitting now when almost say LGBTQ plus bill no wahin. I didn't play the mama ensign. That is the display of ignorance. And it's someone to come on kufu na man say enye kala wole na yekoto no odwa no yakasa kufu ado ansan tie mfa koma president mama no ansan no the process will have to start. Parliament must pass another bill into an act ansan the president no assent to it and this process na form na no speaker ama ho kwanti ishabi in fact when you buy no more appear on the other people so and some free so and cover issue buy no because I'm not appear the speaker had not done his due diligence. The financial impact assessment had not been done. Until debate ye referral committee no kura enye ye we abai now I be appear on the other people. Ye be referral committee subsidiary legislation so now for start at the home.
Mama honorable so na honorable Faka Krem live on Accra 100.5 FM citizen show ni Jumedi Ndemidin Nana Otu DarKo. We've just been joined by I don't know if I should call him honorable His Excellency. Okay, dressing now. Also High Commissioner to Nigeria and na TV monso na yehwe fatu ye nyina yeso
ede fugu day
we are this one different
Udi esronko.
Ne dey ensa anyono no bia.
We dey eto abonwunu enfa.
Ngo dey say we say na abuafo e. Dey na abuafo no te. We
dey esronko. We be no bu dey na Ghana dey ba. We dey esronko.
It's beautiful. I mean, we share the shades now.
Yes.
I mean, it's beautiful.
Carefully selected.
And then I mean, say anka mami Minister for Tourism. So no cancer. Na me gina say I read to anka bia there once, let's say first Sunday in every month.
Yeah.
Onion kinti for church. Wow.
Oh, say, I want us to get to a point where that conversation will be centered on ABR Ghana's Day of Ghana's Way.
Oh, say, and no match.
Well, then they said that yes was Independence Day, Independence Month.
The month of Ghana too.
But yes,
the week.
Yes, within the week,
Ghana.
you know.
Where Ghana?
Maybe a Friday because where Ghana. Na Friday about officer mafnya fini ebe ko botai. Do be tuntuma. So do be shefugu no shefugu. Obu okra wo kwa set tifo do mpa bi. Na say nika da kato say na nam kranfo mo dress mpa no.
Parliament can set the.
That's right. Na Parliament Friday bi munya ba ko mai.
Even that Parliament, I think it's derogatory. Let me take my words back. Even with Ghana's Parliament. Unim say, minim say finance say one year juma ho. It's compulsory say on bed dress for official. And do you know what they call official? SO suit and tie. What say African wear? I'm told they say you will not be allowed. And yet parliamentarians no.
The workers no.
The workers there.
No, it's not true.
It's not true.
No, it's not true.
Into every day, we team way.
No, say depending which role you are playing, or more mote. You know, omo te speaker nim hono staff no
staff
the staff oh the way the
parliamentarians they say
parliamentarians
staff
no they wear anything that is presentable
official
so they can wear this too
yes they can wear
that time no
they can wear
oh say Ghana ni bibini no minua o man free out the dom meso
yeah but it should be presentable
yes when you cry no obi akwa say when teaching to jam nine na for the confusion penifo it official see code of dressing is very important but you see kiyen dago akubisi wo the idea is not to promote or sexually motivated and tareno the idea is to promote made in Ghana so what I say like Friday we are made that krunka feda bako usele me to nana mtu mabaha no wache wakazo nana wakazo wenye beje pa
but I'm free we are
going to go to bed
I'm going to shebrim
but obanko hobat aja somebody mi banyo na mitie
o ma dis ba wana ala kom ni ntire mu ko ma di ba na friend boache o ba ka boache
wa mo abaso na Ghana nyina ma yehu tire nkwa it is the doing of the Lord yes the nyame ahira no na ne ho sawa no so no de ode na no beka de ode ne sabeso ni de ode na besi bia no nhira na nkrofo bi kan de agu president Mahama ho fi womo kan de ato na pe womo kan ma afoforo kwa bebo ba me asere na ze wakwese blouse ne akwa stewieze nyina ama ne ukwu ekura ye kwagufo dai ye yes we say National Day of Wearing Smoke eti shiranka rade the grace that President Mahama carry is a grace that men must pray for nanu ada osia osofupeni bi okachen say your comeback will be greater than your setback and indeed papa no in fact truly enyi sika ne dwete nyame ahira no kwan nyina so enti olumai
was it the same Zambia where a young lady being caught here so ni mo eno na be news
enu na kire say omo pese omo president 92 years for no ya na mo hwe ni yi Tinubu no obi hwi asan go tuma so no Museveni no obi hwi asan go tuma so no Yori Museveni Uganda Pobia of Cameroon go tuma so no etienu Africa yem free mu what I say yem free I am happy say President Mahama da so jina naso eno hwe ndisi kura no a say nuru akono de at obi a yetitiri din bia obi a ono da so kona fuo mu okona dwuma so ye de oye that's right yeah President Kufu Addo mu de ni bi enti but ene ma be shia me mp unu se mi nchiri pa ese kwa
o sa
o unim
okay
mi nchiri pa ho na ma me free in fact ma me ne general nyina free fi bako mu
the same house
enti aja kwa nkodi nua ma mi no ba ko ye general ma me na ba ko ye me ma me
oh that's direct
enti wo mo maame no sade de awade ni ababro mu kukuhwi ase nti omukodi kwawu ena okoshia me maame ne papa ja afre barima ono so free asante sakra wonu nti ono so ofa ase ne Sir John of MPP wow you now understand the politics who of us say get your political encyclopedia ena me maame papa side so politics nti je me se me de me hu wura politics mu kakra enya by accident and to be MP pa prekope and just two months ago I was in Sekwa. Oh wow. Yes, I was in Sekwa and he's doing very well there. Yeah, share a year Ayawaso East elections beba so na ya share a year you may want to skip the LGBTQ+ because honorable Ashe. Well wakadi na statistical service sponsor and some of the about 13 million people impoverished and other things. But just a quick one. This Valentine's is the MTN Ghana Foundation in partnership with Carbank is calling on all Ghanaians to show love in the most meaningful way by saving a life. Now join us for the 2026 MTN Save a Life Blood Donation Drive happening on Friday, 13 February 2026 from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The exercise will take place at MTN Ghana Head Office, Mobile Money Limited Office, at the Stan Chart Building, Carl Bank Head Office in Ridge, and at 44 other donation centers nationwide. This annual campaign invites MTN staff, customers, suppliers, partners,
and the public to come together and help boost blood supply for the National Blood Service and regional hospitals across the country. Remember, your single donation can give someone a second chance at life. This Valentine, share a gift that truly comes from the heart. Give love, give life. Donate blood on Friday, 13 February. For the full list of donation centers across Ghana, visit mtn.com.gh and MTN Ghana social media platforms. Mr.
That's it. Yedi kan LGBT said o kan no say be ese aprawa ketu ahura aprawa kesi anu abobo ono bu wa bubu gida nya fe na ye meka bia de ye tete ho de mpese meka kakra ye ayewa da kuku ntu ye beja ato cabinet ko to omo ba ye mpese be omo wi finance minister
for communications,
government communication. Okay, good nti ye mpre ho ntuna num dawa ono amatuna num tuo
very well.
Ayawa so by election e course no ye nye se okwasia se abebe wudi nke enu nko obi obeka che se NDC akle se wrong doing bi anko so bi akache nsem so oboa obi obeka se NDC condone the course no ina akache nsem oboa obi obeka se NDC abe toothless bulldog of anything but ontumi nka akache nsem so oboa. Position NDC choose no a position between Obia Warrior Sakwahiata, Nana Mamma so tears, no say a baby woody and Kanamamu. You see, the Eboy Mamma Kwahumbai. Actually, be an as a frubu one year than Yahaka. And basing the committee findings when the buy and be anywhere, they say Nipan Naya contest and Obia Huson. You see, be a coso. A parliament to call on Mokole and Tum. Penny for the party for someone you want in a tomb. Nebom ohwe akwankyera committee ni de maaye no a ye kasi ye di so a ene abato committee nso mra a wode maaye no bobura aye di agora mra betimi atia ya city anana no de acha ya ene ni mafo na account si ani ade aso mo besi mpempenso wan hwe na kodi pa bon fo nsem sebi preduasa etire any train car eno nkyere sa abonde so for mefanko. And we have chose on the part of service. Say TBA nipa na nyina no ye yidie kwa so ni nyina si nchen a omu nyina opepa no person besuma de hia na onima. And the abattoirs commission sisi mu no ye papa baba jaman na odi sankonim no ye nyina as a party ye ko boni chidom na unia de ohobi aya kan jinkonim die no e de aba parliament number no ba no na ye nua peni naza adwumpa onya ya okogina ayawa so isi no baba jamala baba ede abeto so said the enu peni Professor Alidu otwa onomu talade so wo Tamale Central na mpuntuo ni amamu pa atwa so ayawa so is nemmom no de si ye bia no beye nsenna hwa ma yen se de si no bi nyede ensibiem obi obeka kire me se na de ono ohunu se yakoto aba ma obi bibi da no ebu ni oni kantom oba no so onye gboni da 2023.
That's what we say children abododo.
All of it
because I didn't know I picked just for the just for when they make us human name,
the video we to the about who producer crowd there to where you people candidate for Yendi Honorable Alaji essentially Alaji Ali Mama ba onu ni TV no crowd onu o sadi ni fonyi ekoma company ni say mo fam fonyi enfam ho
so cinema kwa me no fam
so ada say oko ka say mo fam fonyi no ma ayifo wode koma company no TV no aka say o say me kwa abato mo fam fonyi no enfam ho na obi ahuru say me na me che TV yama nuaba yama me yeso wa ya politics nti okakasa tia ni nuapa ni John Dramani mama ene nyankopon relegate no politics office otiko jabo se hwan won ko do woman organizer election moto na agi ati na daso moto zo ye nka o brand na daso
I'm not sure say we are justifying
so we are not justifying you na yes sadi we are dia akoso ache
okay
but na no da ye ko gba president mama say Friday be reset agenda
very well
so reset is not just about economy. So research is not just about social. It is even include our political ways. It is here in answer the no the Romanian Sabian Sans Canadian 1 year dia. Now we are starting on a clean sheet. And in starting on a clean sheet, not say TV check obam say motor check obam say ko share ma koko obam say dia. Na just say engine to musa research ni ye. Na obi bia so a opeso to anamon ma fufuro di so no. I was so set example, leadership by example. And assistance now and this in the work with no na ma asem no ka no abaye bibi o nya say bi si da. Enti ye nyina nim sese bi nana dua di mfie dua na ya chia no ye fada krontene no. Opre ho so ka so Paul si enen ko a moja beba. Enti e dey research no will take a gradual process, but asua de na ewom na very important. Election dey e be ko say tie bia ye ko bo baba jama la chi do mi firi anadwi mi ko house to house. Abo baba jama la chi do ma ye papa Musa Dankwa 67% of the man no ye pese bo 77%. Na omoto omo ho ase say baba lead ye e ka de de you da o baba lead ye say ka jo ko de baba jama so what you say no mu say ye ni aya wase isifo atena papa. One of the biggest Zongo communities in Ghana is Nima. It falls within that constituency. Yes. Now we have such a Muslim community. Now you buy na hard fare and 800 and something million. You buy and you bet so 75,750 million. I feel only say at this one about 60,000. This is pragmatic leadership. And the pass I no Zongo fair ni agro. And President Mama, yes, bijitum. Or nye Muslimi say, or nye neura masajo, he has never claimed to be one. But in Kaosha, that is a typical Muslim's lifestyle. That is why you do what you be in me film. Or Bakura, Hadis in the Quran, and you go to Kurano. Alaji, Timothy Grant me be. So, I was easy for you. The NDC sole candidate for the Ayawasu is by election is Alhaji Baba Jamal. Yen nyina ye Baba kam ho de asie bia no asie wie yen fa difference sento na yen konkodi nkunum ye wie a efie komo bia wo ho no ne aye den ne ye di asoso na aye ni munyam se ene nkuranse next topic na I'm present me ho kakra but we call the body out.
I'll come back to you. Me konra what I'm saying emra on.
Ato ade ache unya ska na
me konra ho. Me ton ade. But they can do them. I'm ton the but they imagine say come ton Kwame we na mutuaka we ko hefa. Love is sweet, but cash is sweeter. Valentine cannot be celebrated without cash. Basic Cash is spreading the love in a big way. Basic Cash is giving away 500 cedis cash to 20 lucky people in a Valentine's Day raffle. And Miss Remo and one so better star 245 hash. Now what follow prompt no. Not just when you ska a go bottom. Honorable, me patrol so with the cocoa. I don't know if you want to shelf it, but otherwise. So person to kakra Transparency International so dey ho no
so koko no dey cabinet aye meeting wo ho a
yes
em so ochina minutes and be brief yen
okay
the only takeaway wo koko hu ni say a lesson to NDC me the only lesson because I'm a bit disappointed with the way I handle communication around the cocoa sector no emra I take power no enyina yenim say MPP are running cocoa sector to the ground. And if you allow them, if you don't really, oh my God, for now you're dear after 1 year, any group of people answer some bio mano, a cocoa sector no AMPP. This is a year or more Casan Crow for a catcher boy in Edu say, Koji Bissia, Nafabra cocoa for Naji cocoa beans to consume to me. They went to take syndicated loan. Toneje also modema atofo na yakojo musika they couldn't supply. And the biggest threat, you see there were two threats na FAC NDC government after taking over power. Three threats. One, the road sector debt aneda ho.
Okay.
Two, the collapsed cocoa sector. Three, the energy sector. We have dealt with two, the energy sector and the road sector. The last one is the cocoa sector. Enti yentwen ema and a cabinet retreat ni meeting, emergency meeting, President Mama Frey. Or 10 minutes and be briefing. You briefing we will take it up from there. But the next topic, how can I deal with that topic?
Oh, I mean, Ghana inches up marginally. Means what follow latest corruption
percentage. Yeah, the CPI. Yes, I mean, good news. When you say in 2013, corruption perception index is scored over 100. In 2013, we scored 47%. In 47 out of 100. In 2014, we went to 48. In 2015, we came back to 46 or 45. Is it 2016? We came to 43. And then we left power. MPP took power. And then in 2017, they came to 42. They came to 40. To 41. So, then the highest margin they ever got was 43.
Which was your lowest.
Which was our lowest. And then in 2024, we came back to 42. Now we've moved up to 43 again. As I said, President Mamaba, corruption, fight against corruption is ongoing. And who said over 1 year, you can't speak of any issue about Mahama Nankasa appointees. So they are engaging in corruption. There's no scandal. The only challenge that people have, and which I believe is a matter of time, the fight against corruption oral, which we have a lot of prosecutions going on. At some point, you can't even blame the Attorney General, because the Attorney General has done his part in most of the issues. And Timejadi said, as we move on, am I in hope? You see, Brofono say Ghana has inched up a bit to the point that we move up close to 100. Then we will be satisfied. I mean, you're sure said by the end of the term of President Mama. And you see, political corruption is easier to deal with, because now we are prosecuting the people you take you over from. And I answer you strict guidelines about what to do. If you go beyond, we will deal with you. But we also have institutional corruption, which is corruption and your politicians and a committee. All those things are factored into the corruption perception index. So I believe that we are on the right track. ORA will work. ORA is still ongoing. But then the Mahama appointees must also be careful about, corruption should be part of daily guidelines. We have a corruption policy, National Anti-Corruption something, NACAP, that we need to follow. Because President Kufuor didn't bind it, release the belt, so they had even no holes to put the belt on. They left the implementation of NACAP, which was published in 2016, which was actually adopted in 2015, 2016. And Timejadi said, if you go back to the NACAP roadmap, it will also solidify a position. But all in all, corruption is currently better than we came to meet it. What we need to do is to make the law work. You prosecute them, take them to court. Of course, we can't prosecute them by ourselves. But they must go to court, and then thankfully the court is now also working. In fact, they gave some reasons why they think we moved up only marginally. Okay. And some of the reasons includes the fact that you change the Chief Justice, right? And then they gave another reason as forgotten the second reason that they gave. In the report. I disagree, but that's the report that they have turned out. Very, very transparent way. That be, it's better than we came to meet, but it's not our standard, because a standard, it must go beyond the 50% mark. So I believe that we are on the right track. You see, there's less noise. Thank you, last year, Ka be hu say
and Ghana for that case mo wiem.
Aha. Because I mean the thing is clear. The transparency the transparency is there. But I believe say you saw other institutions no more. It will be one of the areas President Mamani ewo ho pa the fight against corruption.
Great. But my men call Kabari.
Mami kwa biane no mo me da se. Afra se sene. Na World Bank ni IMF say. Akufu ado owura ba mu duba me ani MPP fo amamu boni nti. Wo mo hihye ye pia Ghana for 850,000 below the poverty line.
Ekogu hia mu.
That's right.
Wo te say yen kan bi hia mu. Na tipon koso sem amamu a woni nti. Wo pia me ne ma me masefo nyina afi wo hia buburo ni etim. Wo Ghana Statistical Service for data. Was say as at the third quarter of 2025. No rama manshise ye pa odi gu akwama enura fe no. Na yi nipa 360,000 out of poverty.
Yeah.
Ghana Statistical Service. Meaning na poverty, multi-dimensional poverty na ye 24.9 at 2024 no. Swat about 21.9. Ye me can say. And she said, it's about how policies and programs are linked. Nana, and you one. Say on daily basis, you have videos on social media where farmers are begging people to buy their farm produce they do not get. Yet a report captures say we are suffering food insecurity.
In some cases, President Mahama never fast.
Yeah, got on.
So I'm shocked.
Assembly because we grow money here apart from policy direction that President Mama no Antonas who said the Chinese model. I said one of the easiest way to build a nation is to build roads. Link the country. Enti aduane was saying you never timi aba. Through big push in class there so the work class be kuro bu se chira family ni ade nyina so betimi aba kurum. We here no free ho. Okay, was set your market system, no, so yeah, a very reasonable market system. But unfortunately, majority of the people in that sector is politicizing everything. What call Mami Krobo wa friend place out. I could talk bro bag 4.5, 450 Ghana cedis. Ubedrun can the amount of kunura no 6.5. Enti amadokunu na wo ball we so what so na won tumi nte so. Bese ewura ekopuku.
No, but even the farm gate price no, 4 million. It's way lower.
Yes.
It's way lower.
Asamka me kwa dey just for analysis purpose.
Sometimes they even buy it as low as 300.
Bese ewura ekopuku. Say, ye mrantie no omako agric college ni ade a ye ni mpokwa ye wie university nye adwuma nye no. One creative bit say the gold board will create aggregate and tier 1 tier 2 buyers no o creative be but I nyina say oh no we are the farm market na wa class o ba be ye wo kron kese mu no ye ho be ba be ye warehouse
okay
enti sa tier 1 buyer no de wo kwafuo mu kwakoto no straight Mumma your rate say you cannot buy below this rate. Kuyani no people from no kita buy krata so auto bro no 4 million for plus by the merchant. That is the only way we can get the farm produce to the city centers. And that is the only way we can control this artificial price manipulation among phobia politics. Then yes sir. But in pa the wo nipa da sani tribu a wa kwa asante achiba gogo. Akwaji body drone nyina 50 Ghana cedis. Ubedu kumase monte so no atebeto me 9 for 50 Ghana cedis. Na dey se ton body drone ba kokoto kwada so asase. Enti ya di ho bro. People feel that a lot is happening. Enti yankwana ye president Baba yanku na nyuma say in other areas. Then yes I never the problem ni be should not include food. Problem I facing the groma should not include food. The best level. Tier 1 buyers, tier 2 buyers, tier 2 buyers no your more. What meant to share market centers. Ebia, ukwada na ukuo se drobon sudwa. Uba market center no na me so me dia na said obeto no because anya hwe kwa me dia bobo ya na fa ba honum nti me lord fair difference kitwa bi na say me so anya me dia nana ebeboa makuani no behun hwe ye to aba na wa me ya despite all the economic indicators we will suffer in the farming growing areas because nana makrofo so move face so far e ma fa so bia ko to atebubu ni npotam makrofo mesu bayerefo osu abrofo osu yet you see food insecurity report ade ba ko a dokoro man said duani ni wa lipa bedi
until na make us send decision not and the government should not do
that media with these are very favorable early days pointers
but say we are not in free akurase man
me ma na the onko fa ba no so bo abro so what you say it is the best way to create systems wo betimi akofa biaba ukofa ba anya say ayidie ni bi ba champion success the obeso sidi ni efense Afriya ko to die ni bi won ye agogo kofa body mi ensa begu ministry of agric ba maso no de begu ba maso na ho na akoto body de akọ udu fi abody no ejo try obeso light asiso I was saying ye system effective everything can come to the city center with the idea say better the life of the farmer demands price na amount for pay okrum no obeye no so in such a way that it will not come to affect food inflation na kuyani nso anya na faso na aban so obia benya bi ni anya na saade a kuyani no beto akoso ada na hwe owura egopoku bae ni mabọ na baso pa if fertilizer say ba na ba emako aba na ba ntosi aba na ba we offer odobuei ye be ye ni nyina be so doso be ka hura mu be sei de obekwa akofa ba so be je ni twamene bo ato so enti ni pantimi nto je the end of the day we policy no na ka fuom
nti aduan na sundoso
na ka fuom
asi ni pa benya biedi no
na ka fuom metia sesi ajama mudu me papa di mpo beans nko a wo gu apatam nya senketwa ubo beans bo wo kura na se ho a se etimi ntua trata wa ka plow nkra
nti yentimi nya market bi se aban betoto sane ma no
enu na me kan no se ujama ba fast stock nko a bia na budget allocation on to me
isa
enti said the Ministry of Finance ni gold board aye no ye ntwa sika bia nse budget no se no we di afi no nyina mu die ni ye se abre no ye mama se no makoto abanye sanete enti in terms of food so ye wetin ma je tier 1 tier 2 tier 3 asen when busumi bia mama se akoto aba faso ewo mu ni ye atim de wetuatu amka ya sama bia akoto aba ni age ato ba bia de to ye hia ne se ni penya adwuma ye no kua ni nya no faso aduane so abakrom
eno ne hia
na nye so ma ye do buro ni ye di kom ho mu adade na je se ntwa yie President Mahama policies or the link programs ni ade no nye ni nyina na be take effect ne me kuro mu kwa ye yie no ye ntimi yi ni nyina da koro baako ebi afimu nyina 10 km na be kwa kura bi ase it will take ebi 4 years and say na kuro bebre ni yetimi alenke no mesra assembly no so say drip machine let's be innovative obu wa o private companies bebre wo the district mu azu ohunu hawa obetimi afuwele na drip machine po yeah let's begin to think outside the box enye de bia na aban fasikamba ado sai so dem I know how sometimes it's hard but let's begin to think outside the box
but the private companies are they are willing
yes na nkurase kwan bi so ye dwudwu ma bobo ya na tractor ko fa nuane no nya den emra ni nyina ye de betima ya abo abanye sade a ofa
okuyani ahia no beso
ahe bisa bio ahe eti media be feel say report we ayade a odipo bako ehia no pa ye wure kopoku e chese na dwuma ogbo nyina no ba bia wasi ye feel effect impact no pa no we've not been able to felt it because of ABS sequence strategy bia
3 minutes
or the way ye na said and ye cry ko galamsey e chicha water pumping machine kura say the common no were kopoku on the come akuafo na we nyina ji na ma say akwa bibiri oho ono bo aka about the friend is saying second topic I wouldn't go there on the issue of the corruption perception.
Corruption, okay.
We are striving for perfection. Every institution strive for perfection. enti ye de were shemu say indeed a very credible institution. Na sometimes nipa so perception ne kind dey. Enu nti na sometimes we be say aya wa so ne ade kakra ba de ye mu hyehye no. Ohwe ye panu obi de ne kakra be say odwanam. Afi mu ni nyina nki ye TV bia aya wa so de ya.
Ono but aya so de
de wa ko check car Fred Blay obuna cha chama election no promise bus. So bia constituency bia bus ba ko ono kura ka bi na we ne si na tu amanagere eti ado de ye fa to ho ne mum ye besre na nanum kokuafo se obia ni ho a opepese obefa na nanum kokuafo fifiri adida na sembintia se kwabrane a boto a na nanum kokuafo hia watam sikatwitwi di akoso aboto begu boto a be ye mfie nso edi ye ni yen hia ye boto ni bi kura ho mfie na ya chi no na ho ode e wose nya na ni biom ti asai sanse ya ma o ma me di a meje ontosudi o ne ntosudi e da so nti wa mani abegu dem edi kokko ni nu kuyani nu fifire nu a wosenka enu ye tubu ye boni ye didanda ne ye di bitua de ni ade no se ni nyina akohye kutukum ene gu oni ye nya kokko no bi mfanhye ena nipa ko no asa tie si fom enam kokko fuo no ase ni kokko kuafo kasa se eye trimu odinti ena aban wi eye mosa wo fa wo anka ba de enu nti na to da ye nka ase ye papa atoni je no anya adwuma ye nka ase ora wu. But even sometimes you cry here in this for you can some party we are not able to hide our feelings. Masa,
honestly.
Who are bokro no kotokoto kwasa nya daje. Ena mokuafu ase sagrofo de nyina omo ye link to cocoa board sada no a omo krofo kokuafo no no sada na wo se ye momo ye bie na de omkoto sell kra na omo se ye di no sell bie na sell. Ene fifi buafo wa no. Timi ko twere Facebook say ye ntimi ntokuafo koko ena ye koto ka akoma ifo koko board fo.
That's the challenge.
Intermediate mesre wofa like mesre he nana nipa du bia woto aba na enye ko NDC members na mum ofiri ne ba bi ono ahe niema petetakra mu niema ekoso ode to aba ma NDC no we nipa du bia mu ba ye nsia konso na ye katasam pro entinom to mai eti ya hwe ni yie na de efufu ya ngina ya mfechire esia aduasam yenu antimi anya kukudo angasi we efufu we yetuntum emfa ho ni kokoba ni dede ba obi amra koro no na ya nyire nkrofo bi akwaw ansunsuan wo mu ammo mada pa na di okurum ha ammo mo brabo anyense na ho a de bia nkrofo besanya kukuduro no mo de ya politics na nso no mo na akoso the mayhem omo na akoso the rot omo na akoso sa o hawa da ho no tien fa osi enyo yo se de kan no
Minia Mahmoud Kabori a spokesperson minister Emma Minister for Lands and Natural Resources Kasama NDC as well Anna Mote Nenkano fantastic statements Anna ononso edi egu honum ma yenko na honorable mfeintu apopreko honorable Suleiman Adama MP for time honorable
yo say statistical service omo data no any food insecurity assembly na mpese mekami mse minu wate assembly I say o linkages wa Greek o hwe policies are president mama deba ni nyina ye linked up o hwe 24-hour economy o hwe feed Ghana o hwe nkoko nkete any agri sector policies no and I hear 24-hour markets local government ministry so ACC they are all linked up. Okay. And I hear big push. It's supposed to be the linking path. Then in the bit me free farm gate about market center. In fact, research gradually say the price between farm gate and market center is almost 60%. Wow. 60% more than your farm gate. And so, your challenge, you know, it's not about production. One to say there's food glut. So what? omu nya tofo enti kakra na eba market no ena market women any middle people between those and the consumers no they are the ones having it enti for me a challenge also ye working on this linkage issue and me you brought a very beautiful suggestion say I was say ye model be to send a gold board a model buffer stock alone cannot do all me so me say yetimi ye and that one is a long term thing say you get all the road projects me wo come constituency Bono region, but be a door bro pie, me, constituency, but do area. Okay. Bro pie. But most of these are bro, your buffer stock warehouse. But how many of the farmers they bet him do more food, a bro nuclear free, or more food mono, about company. And we should get the roads going. The drip machines must work. The other linkages must work. But more importantly, there are people in the system who are taking advantage of the system. One, for political reasons, to make this government unpopular. Because you can't tell me, I know you were talking about inflation, and then people were say rising cost of living. Meanwhile, inflation is not measured at the farm gate. You measure inflation at the market. I don't know, Bruno ne you want to be market where and you measure inflation. So you can't have an inflation going down, and then you say your cost of living is rising. Until my minister for Agric, HLNG statistical service they should show which markets or which people are having the food shortages, and he will supply food because food is available. And I think we came with nice policies with our 24-hour economy linking up with the big push any 24-hour economy markets. All those linkages is supposed to bring relief to the farmer and to the consumer. But you see, who say relief, and come farmer ni. So we don't say we are perfect, but these are the challenges that I'm sure say the dexterity of the minister for Agric and the other ministers are more activities linked to food production, agri-business, and the rest will pick it up.
Thank you so much, honorable members. Yatun Safrem Namubai, Nyankopon Sham Papa, Inyanesada, Kiepe. Thank you. And Penufa na almost what from Junifa and Samoa. Yansuniku, Yesiniku, so Apaso, and Levi. Na Ote, honorable Suleiman Adama, and member of parliament, Tyne constituency, Ote Minia Mabud Kabori, spokesperson, minister for lands and natural resources, fantastic minister. One of the best ministers so far. We three we two I mean, you want no one bank. Now, Stambik dear, unse no mudika subum da Mr. When your account and wako pay honumana chirawodon eguso to Stambik app no ayanwa pibia to phone so and once of www.stambikbank.com.gh a chedie baby honumwa ubetimi enya free Stambik Mr. Wa koko pebi or map ni bina ebetimi abwa. Now, let me say this, MTN Ghana Foundation, a partner car bank. Now, I'm afraid Ghana for na semumra na yenji enkwan. Year 2026, MTN for today save a life blood donation. Year Friday, 13 February 2026. Nyakopon ayadum basu gidi 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Mr. Esas never because MTN Ghana head office, mobile money limited office, I was Stancha building, car bank head office, regional, and I feel 44 other donation centers. Mr. Wa, wait me abu akọ na kwatwe moja kakra na save enkwa ebebua yina bebre. I don't know, but let me do this finally on SIC. When factories rise, we protect them. When business grow, we guard their future. When families invest in what matters most, we secure their dreams. Now, only 60 years in state insurance corporation insurance SIC for Omni Ghana for Eddie in Kitahua. Just say, Oma ye shield precope. Oma ye shield precope. Or Mumudi and so dear dance or cry and a debia abribi here mubian so no. Ya down so. Now we almost almost come say ja say accident say to kwine and then su yiri be na fa wana dien Mr. kokope kakra to onum na dachi bia M1 0800 100 America nti mame nsori so na me wofa odi asempa kwa me poma so mensa ene mame afian kansa emfa no nsia kase no emesomye ni abebi a ya binga na ho kane medin Nana Otu DarKo kwa me kwache ni producer thank you kwadwo nkroma asu me da sound so no me bye stay on